Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tom.
And we're back, man. Like, I know we were almost back last week, but your boy here got too drunk like a dumbass, and, you know, it is what it is. I was fucking up my kitchen by, I was just tearing out my kitchen.
Yeah, you were doing the right thing.
Like, no, I was doing the right thing in the sense of I was tearing my kitchen up because we're remodeling our kitchen, so I like tore stuff out, and I was good for all day. I didn't really eat pretty much the whole day, and then I ended up going, you know what? Let's do a podcast. And then I was like, you know what? Let me get some drinks. So I had a couple of those stupid little wines that are like, they're probably about 60-ounce things of wine, right? They're little box wines.
Small box of wine.
And they're good, don't get me wrong, but like I think I had too many, like real quick.
Wine is a type of alcohol that will hit very quickly.
Well, yeah, I think that happened. So I ended up drinking those fast, and that was cool. And then you and David showed up, and then after that, I remember texting you guys like, yeah, bring some drinks, man. And that's all I remember. Like, I don't remember you guys. I remember you guys coming here, and then I don't remember anything after that.
Yeah, I mean,
I just remember waking up in bed and, like, when people who are out there who know, and maybe Tom knows, when you wake up and you're all of a sudden like, what the fuck? Like, this, I don't remember.
It's like that song.
Where did hours go right now?
Yeah,
because I don't remember. Here? Yeah. And I was just like, I remember I ended up texting Tom like, hey, like, what happened?
It's
like 11 o'clock. Bro, it's 11 o'clock at night. Mind you, these guys came over, what, 7?
Yeah, probably about 7.
6:30, 7
you're
o'clock.
Probably right, yeah.
I remember everything up to that point, and then they came to my house. I'm like, hey, guys, like, as soon as we walked through the kitchen, my mind went blank.
Sounds about right.
Dude, the other Jesse took over. Yeah. And then obviously, I don't know. I have issues. I really do. Because, one, I probably shouldn't drink, right? Which I still do. And two, I just have issues. And that's why I shouldn't drink. I'm thinking I'm funny and fucking tossing our fucking soundboard, which isn't cheap. Like, I didn't pay for it. Tom did, but like, it's not a cheap piece of equipment. I'm sitting there, ooh. Like, Tom goes, yeah, you did it to be funny. And I'm like thinking, no, that's not funny though. Like, no, it's not though. Like, I would be so mad. Like, I just paid I don't know how much the thing was, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I paid $300 for this bitch, and I'm sitting here throwing it across the floor like, so funny. Well, not really.
So you've also bought things for the podcast.
I have, but at the same time, I would not be cool with. I'm not cool with me doing that. Like, I was so mad at myself.
Look, if you were like cool with having done that, maybe I would have been mad. But like, I don't know. You're just you know, like you.
That sounds so terrible.
You did
just you.
Oh, you
big ass drunk. No, you dumbass drunk.
You obviously it bothers you that you did it.
No, I did.
So what more? Like, okay.
What, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
What good is that going to do? You just got somebody else upset with you? Like, I don't know.
I appreciate the fact that you weren't like
pissed?
No, I appreciate that you weren't like our wives can be very upset with us.
Oh, sure.
When we act stupid, right?
Yeah.
I think as friends we're a little more forgiving to each other.
Sure.
And I think that's just like a friend thing, right?
Yeah. I would hope that if I did something that I felt horrible about and embarrassed by and all that
I would. You know, I'd be chill about it.
Help me get through that, because I think we all, if we've had any kind of a life, a young adult life, have been there.
Yeah, I think part of that is as a man, sometimes we kind of understand where we're coming from in those senses, where it's like I get that, you know, maybe in those at that time in your moment you're not feeling maybe a certain type of way, or you're feeling a type of way, but at the same time, you know, I understand where you're coming from. Right? Mm-hmm. Even if it's being funny, you know, like doing what I ever did. I'm guessing that's why that podcast ended that night. Is because I fucking tossed our board fucking 30 feet in front of us or wherever it fucking went.
Luckily, it didn't go that far.
I had to test it the other day because I was just like, I get Tom, I get it. He's being so nice and I love him. I love Tom for that. But at the same time, I'm like in my head, like, I don't find it funny because I'm like, no, that's not okay for me.
Hey, I didn't laugh at the time. I get it. I'm just saying it didn't break.
Yeah. I'm like, David's probably never coming over.
He probably would have come tonight if he were here. He just wasn't home.
I just feel like David's probably like, nah, I don't want to hang out with this motherfucker. I'm like, nah, I'm cool with it.
He's never said anything like that to me.
Well, because you're okay. I'm the fucking wild drunk guy.
No, I think
I'm the wild card.
He started kind of talking last week. I mean, he was just saying, like, I think he talked to you a little bit about it. He's like, you guys had much more similar upbringings than I did. So I think he can see it, and I can empathize, and I get it. And I can intellectually be like, yeah, I think this is it. He, I think, knows on a much more personal level
where I'm coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
And
like,
I don't know,
to him, he just really identifies with it. He gets it.
And and for those people who don't understand, like, there's moments in these podcasts where when we drink, obviously, there's times when I drink that I kind of get down on myself. And there's been times on podcasts where that's happened. And there's been podcasts where it's happened where we haven't released it, either because maybe I'm down on myself. Maybe there was a podcast. Maybe Tom was down on himself. Whatever it was, we're just like, we probably shouldn't release that. Maybe
it's like writing a book, right?
We can cut stuff out, but at the same time, there's things like
you don't publish every edit of a book that you write.
Maybe we'll
we're
do that out.
Artists, we got to be smart about that.
For me, like, I try to be an open book to a point, but there is times where I'm just, for those people who don't know, it's like I'm pretty heavy on myself. Like, there's things I know in my life. There's things I've accomplished. There's things I've done in my life where I feel proud of it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of things where I'm very hard on myself. I'm very I think I'm a fuck up at times, and I obviously I think that's kind of where my head was last week for whatever reason it was. I don't know what it was. Mm-hmm. I felt like, what's weird is lately I've been feeling really good. Like, for a while I thought I've been good, but maybe subconsciously there's things I don't feel good about that I maybe push down.
Sure.
As a guy, sometimes that's what we do. We end up pushing that shit down. Like, it's like, hey, you know what? Let's just push this down a little bit.
Yeah, let's not feel it.
Like, I don't want to feel this way.
That feels uncomfortable.
No, this feels weird.
I think I got a little room right here. There we go.
Yeah. You know what? Under my spleen feels really good to hide something.
Right there where I'll slowly die. That's perfect. Right there.
So when I drink, or like last week when I did drink, maybe hiding the spleen wasn't a good idea because that's where it came out.
Can I make an observation? You can tell me if I'm full of shit because I could be totally wrong. I have sensed that when you sense that you're maybe drunk, when you can feel that you've gotten to that point where maybe you're beyond where you wanted to be, you start to feel guilty.
Probably.
And you start to feel upset with yourself. Uh-huh. And I think that is probably what starts the whole thing.
Probably, because I can't even say it's because my wife doesn't like when I drink, and I understand where she's coming from with that stuff. And so I can't even say it was because of her, because she wasn't in town. Mm-hmm. It was just me, JJ, my son and stuff. Mm-hmm. And that was it, really.
Right.
Like, the older kids, they were seeing their dad. Mm-hmm. And so I was just cleaning the kitchen and I was doing stuff. So I was like, let me just have some drinks. And I didn't realize a lot of stuff was just going to come out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. And then when it did, because I felt good, like, okay, JJ's doing his thing. Maybe I'll have a drink, which was cool. Mm-hmm. I'm going to finish up. Yeah, Tom, David, come on over. I'm going to finish this shower. Come on over. I didn't realize I was going to be in that zone where I'm just like, where I'm down on myself. And so anybody who's suffered from depression or any of that stuff knows that, like, you don't know when that's going to hit you, right? It just kind of hits you. I'm a very, I think I might have depression in a sense where I don't, clinically, it's probably not diagnosed. But I think it's there because there's just times I just don't feel good about who I am or about anything. You know, there's just things, you know, I don't know.
Beyond just like normal self-doubt.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not to be like, I don't want anybody to pity me for that shit. But like at the same time, it's just like, that's where I was head-wise, right? And so obviously last week I didn't know I was there. That's the thing. That's the thing with anybody who deals with any mental health issues. It's like you deal with these issues, but you don't know that these issues are going to just arise out of nowhere. You could feel fine you can feel fine right now, and then 30 minutes later, like for whatever reason, something triggers it where you don't. Obviously, drinking doesn't always work out. Like,
doesn't help. Yeah, for sure.
But like the thing is, like, you know, like I said, I don't know what triggered me to feel the type of way I felt. Maybe like Tom said, like there was a guilt there, and I don't know what it was. But you know, sometimes we deal with these things, and sometimes we don't deal with them in the appropriate way. And so like last week for me, I just didn't deal with it the way I probably should have. And you know, that's kind of why maybe the podcast didn't happen, is because, you know, I was being kind of dumb, you know.
Hey, in fairness to you, it did happen. We just didn't post it,
which is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
And I, you know, it's funny because there was a point where I woke up that night, and then I remember I seen a text, and this is what's weird, is I seen a text that I had wrote saying something, but then the text after that was something about me being a loser or something. Here I am with my loser quality or something. Why I wrote that and why, and I don't remember that, but I know Tom was like, "No, man, we love you, man. You're good. You're good." And I love this guy, man, because he's just always just, when I'm in that headspace, he's never like, "Yeah, you fucking loser, dude. You fucking
that would be
suck.
Really shitty friend."
Yeah, you are. What else do we not like about you, Jesse? Tell me more.
Right?
Just like the worst friend ever. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember when you almost broke my $300 piece of equipment?
You are a
fucking
piece
dick.
of shit. Tell me more.
I know.
No, that'd be really shitty. I don't think we'd really be friends if I were just sitting there wanting you to feel bad.
I just know, like, you were like, you know, in those moments of those small little, like, instrument texts or those, you know, those things, you're just like, nah, man, like, you're good. And obviously, me being who I am, I'm very hard on myself, and that's just who I am, and that's sober, drunk. It doesn't matter what state of mind I am. I'm just a hard person on myself.
That I personally understand. That part I definitely get, and that's why I don't feel like there's any need to have any kind of issue with any of it, because I already know any feeling that I could say or anything, but just, you know, being cool with you. It can't be worse than what you're already saying or doing to yourself. And that's I get that.
When I came downstairs and I seen the state of our our studio, quote unquote, I was just like, "Hey, what happened?" And Tom tells me what happens, and he's like,
"The tornado, man, came out of nowhere."
It's cool. And I was like, "It's not though. Like, that's not cool. Like, I did that. Like." Thanks for being cool. I love you because you're my friend, and I love you because you're like my brother. But like at the same time, like, no, that's fucking, what was I doing? Like, this is not okay. Like, I'm not okay with me doing that, right?
So I didn't say it was cool. I said, you're being funny. Your intention
you're trying
was
to be
humor.
funny, and I didn't find it funny.
Your
obviously.
intention was humor at the time, and that's where you were coming from. And I know that that's where you're coming from.
Yeah. But
that's how you. That was the funny action.
When he told me that, I was just I looked at it and I was like, but nah, that's not funny to me.
I don't get it.
Like, as being a sober man right now, like, no, that's actually not fucking funny. That was maybe there was something funny where I'm like, oh God. But at the same time, I'm like, that's a sober-minded, just being rational. Yeah. Even if I wasn't sober, it's just like, no, that's not cool. That's something money was spent on. That's something like, no.
I hear you.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
I totally do. I hear you completely.
Like, obviously, like I said, there's times where, as a human, I think guys kind of fall into this category where we are hard on ourselves in that sense, where it doesn't matter that our friends will be there for us and they got our backs and they're cool. Like Tom's, he I know I can confide in Tom, and I know like if I'm feeling a certain type of way, I can go to Tom. Mm-hmm. Maybe I can't go to, not that I can't go to my wife, but sometimes
it's different. It's a little different.
Yeah, it is different. Yeah. But when I'm feeling those type of ways, especially when I don't know I'm feeling those type of ways, like last week, and I see that happen, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't find that funny. And then Tom, he's obviously always very, no, man, it's okay. Like, I get it. Like, you come from, it makes me feel better, obviously. But at the same time, like Tom was saying, like, no one's going to be harder on yourself than yourself. Mm-hmm. And so that's how it was. It wasn't that I didn't beat myself up over what happened, which that's something I've been working on for a few years now. It's like, I've been very good about, I guess, that, not beating myself up like, oh, you fucking loser, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, not turning more negative on yourself.
Yeah, because I already know what I did was wrong. Mm-hmm. I get it. But then knowing that, like, my friends and even my wife, everyone's like, there's no harm, no foul is the saying.
Well, see, that's the whole thing is like, it doesn't mean that you're not going to make
because I know
a difference moving forward.
Yeah. But
just hating yourself over it.
Yeah.
Feeling worse about it, being like, I really am a piece of shit. What good is that going to do?
Nothing. And that's a mindset that I've been practicing to change for a while now. Mm-hmm. Even before what, last week. That's just something I've actually been just working on is, not thinking less of myself. Mm-hmm. And for anybody out there who thinks less of themselves, it's not an easy task. I'm not saying that like overnight it's going to happen. It's obviously didn't happen to me last week. Yeah. You're going to have those slip ups. But it's something I got to constantly work at. Where
it's a heavy pattern to try to break, right?
It is. It really is because, like I think part of the structure or part of the things that's kind of helped me is changing my job. Yeah. Just changing like that environment. Mm-hmm. Maybe realizing, you know what? No, you're okay. You're good. Mm-hmm. Reminding myself that I'm in a good space. Things are good. Mm-hmm. Don't, and that's the hard part, right? Is reminding yourself like, no, you know what? Things are good. Yeah. Things are good.
Right.
You got good people around you. You're doing good in your life. Things are on the up and up. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're not where you want them to be at the moment. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean you're failing as a human or failing as a husband or a parent. Mm-hmm. And that's really hard to like cope with, right? Mm-hmm. Is because for me, like, I can only say this as a man, is like, we're very hard on ourselves in the sense that we want to make sure our kids are good, make sure our wives are good, make sure the bills are paid, make sure everything's just on the up and up. But like, there's a lot of things we can't control. Mm-hmm. And I was just telling one of my fellow coworkers, I was like, she was telling me about, there was this issue that happened anyway, but the gist of it was, this guy was upset about not knowing about something, which he actually did know about, right? He just didn't listen. But it's like, I just said to her, like, you can't control everything, mm-hmm. right? He needs to realize he can't control. Everything's just, there's things you just can't control, and you just kind of let it happen.
Right.
And so that's kind of the approach I've taken in the last maybe 7 months since I've started this new job. It's okay. There's things I can't control. Mm-hmm. This is a new job. And so I've been taking
the serenity prayer, right?
Yeah. In a sense, like, like maybe I'm not saying that prayer, but at the same time, it's
the
just
message is there.
Like, okay, I can't control what's happening in this moment. I can only control how I feel in this moment. I can only control maybe aspects of this moment, but if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I got to be cool with that. I'm pretty good with that, and I've always been a good person in the sense that if things change or things, I'm very good in adapting. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I told her. Is like, like this job seems like one of those. You just, it's gonna happen. Shit's gonna happen. You just gotta go with the flow. Mm-hmm. Gotta go with the flow. And so that's the approach I've been taking to a lot of things. Is like I just gotta go with the flow. Not meaning that I'm not gonna like care. It's just
No, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that sounds like you cannot care, but like I'm just going with the flow.
I had an issue that came up this week at work that at first I was really upset about, and I won't get into details because it really doesn't matter. The point is actually, I was thinking about the amount of time wasted thinking something is one way and then finding out it never was.
Exactly.
Right? We waste a ton of time being upset about something that when you really step away and you give it some time and then you talk to the right person, you're like, oh, that really wasn't the way it was at all.
Yeah.
Right? So it was a ton of wasted energy for nothing. It's very hard to completely control that. But I was frustrated because...
we waste a lot of time on wasted time.
Yeah, exactly. Wasting time on wasting time, right? And I had a situation come up where I thought things had been communicated in a good way, and they hadn't been. And it was kind of a situation where it was like, I'm just going to own this. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to, buck stops with me kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Let's fix it. Thought everything was taken care of, and then my director had gotten the phone call, and so it was like, when I thought it had been handled, it hadn't fully been.
Yeah.
But the timeline was kind of funny.
Yeah.
So I went home a little frustrated and just kind of feeling like I'm trying so hard.
And you feel like you fucked up or something. You dropped the ball somewhere.
Right. That you're trying as hard as you can and you're doing everything that you think you need to do. And then later it feels like, things still happen.
Yeah. Well,
and the realization that I've been working on, because I'm fairly hard on myself too. I really don't like to make any kind of mistake. And in this case, like it wasn't truly 100% me, but at the same time, I do take on. I know that the best way to handle something is just to do it yourself. Kind of a
exactly.
Thing. And so in this particular situation, I looked at it later from a different lens and thought, knowing what I know outside of taking the whole thing on myself, I don't feel that I left something on the table. I didn't.
You did what you could.
I felt like I did reasonable things, and the outcome was something that was unfortunate, and I will do different now.
You learned from whatever happened.
I learned a lesson about it, and I'm taking it as that. The same thing I tell my students is, you can choose your day. You can look at the one bad thing and let it ruin everything from that point on. Or you can actively choose, right?
Yeah, isn't that crazy how we our kids will wake up and they're like, my son, for example, he wakes up and he's just angry because he has to go to school.
Yeah.
Or he has to go to robotics or whatever it is. He's just pissed off at the world.
Yeah.
Mind you, this kid can wake up on Saturday morning, like tomorrow, at 5 a.m. and get ready for a game update and be fine, because obviously that's something he wants to do. But it's funny how, like, as an adult, even like we are cool with things, and like things, when things go like when they go south real quick, you're like, oh shit, like what did I do? And you kind of start analyzing, like, oh shit, what could I have done different? What could I do this? And then like, even for my new job, like there's still things like there's so much I need to learn, right?
Yeah, right.
And so even now, like I'm still like, oh my God, one of our bosses, he'll email and he'll be like, oh, I'm gonna add this person to the email chain, or I'm gonna do this and this, and the way I think is, I'm a fuck up, right? This is my thought process. He'll send that email. And I know he's not thinking this, right? When I think about it, right? But in those moments, sometimes I'm thinking, oh, he's probably like, I think, oh, I'm fucking up. This is who we need to add to this email. You should know this already. I'm doing this for you. Like, you should already know this. Well, in reality, obviously my boss isn't thinking, hey, you need to know this.
Right.
And maybe he is thinking like, hey, this is something you should know. He might not say it directly, but at the same time, it's not like they're holding. The cool thing about my new job, they don't hold things against me because I might not know it. They understand that I'm new, and there's things I don't know.
Right.
And maybe they're just adding this person because they just need to add this person.
Yeah.
It's not because
we build a whole narrative around it. I did the same thing.
You just build this thing in your head like you fucked everything up.
Well, see, and I knew I had to talk directly to my director after this thing happened. Yeah. It wasn't a big deal. I just got an email from him and I felt like, you shouldn't have to send me an email to fix a problem. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
And so I met with him. Luckily, we had a district sort of like meeting thing anyway. And I saw him, and afterwards I said, hey, just want to say again, I'm sorry that this thing happened. And I just told him, like,
what is that?
Oh.
You can go muffin it out.
Oh, muffins. Oh.
I thought it was a donut.
I can't. I don't wear my glasses on this.
I can't
see. I think it looks so much cooler to just be like blind all the time.
Like a mouse.
But I just told him, like, I don't like to be a guy that you have to solve my problem.
Yeah, for sure.
So I really thought I'd taken care of it. And after just hearing, directly, because I will put way too much into an email
for
that
sure
isn't there. And I felt so much better just talking to him because it's like the whole timeline was off from what I was concerned it was. And everything was good in the end. And it's like, all right, this is what I'm going to do to handle it next time. I'll just make it a non-issue.
Yeah, no. So I get that. Like, I give myself these. I don't like to use this term, but I'm going to use it anyways. PTSD moments, PTSD, right? Is my last job. If I fucked up, my boss was very.
You were going to get criticized, essentially.
He would criticize me, but he was also very. He wouldn't tell you fucked up in those moments. He would just bring it up out of nowhere.
He would wait.
And so there was times you just didn't know if you like now you're on eggshells all the time. You're thinking you fucked up. Like, oh shit, maybe I did this wrong. And so like in my head now, and this is something I've been working on since I've started this new job, is I got to realize like they're not that way, right? My new boss, she's awesome. She is super cool, right? She knows that I'm new at this job, but she feels very comfortable in the fact that she sees a quality in me that I don't see in myself, but she's like, hey, I think you need to take this on, or I think you're gonna do good, and you should know this or you should know that, right? And even though like there's times I think I'm like, oh shit, like this coming a week I have a one-on-one, and the way I think about one-on-ones is like, oh shit. And I already know these are just our monthly one-on-ones. This is my second one, right? It's like, fuck, I'm a fuck up. I fucked up. I did something wrong. Like I always have this negative approach to those, and it's not because of anything they've done. It's because of my past experiences, right?
You knew what the feeling was supposed to be when you would have these meetings.
And like you said, it's like a lot of times it's on ourselves where we feel some type of way. So that's where I go. I'm like, oh shit, and I'm trying to like, okay, no, it's gonna be good because last time I had my one-on-one, I get this. They call it a spotlight award. I don't realize this thing comes with a. One, I didn't know I was getting this award. Right, I'm new to this company.
Yeah.
I'm just doing what I do.
You don't even really know what this award is.
Yeah. Like, up there, she's just, like, it feels good. Don't get me wrong. She's praising me, and I'm like, oh, thanks.
Oh, stop it.
No,
please tell me more. Outside, stop. I couldn't possibly, what? Let me write all of this down.
Yeah.
My self-esteem really needs it.
Again.
Can you send it in an email also? It would be very nice.
Can you send this in a voice
Why don't we go around the room and everyone can say something very nice about me? That would be great.
Yeah, can you put this on a voice recorder? I want to read. I want to hear it.
To listen to it on repeat every morning. Yeah.
But like, I get this like award, and to see that like maybe like I say, I just do my job to do my job. I don't think I'm doing anything special, but then when I get like this recognition about like, no, you're doing great. Like, you're helping out.
So what does it say to you, to yourself? It says,
it kind of validates,
good enough, right?
Yeah, it validates things that I'm doing where
I am enough as
like,
a person.
Well, to hear, and this is something I always used to do with my old team, is I would give them appreciation. I would appreciate the fact that they're doing their job. I would appreciate them in the fact that, they're showing up every day, and just there's things I would show them appreciation. I couldn't maybe give them awards because that's just not how things worked there. But I would always make sure that they knew that they were doing a great job. That was my goal, because I always knew the feeling of, if I didn't do, and I've said this before, you as a person, you want to know that you want to hear that shit, right? You want to feel appreciated for things in your life. And so I would always know that in the position that they were in, because I've been there, we're very as that position, we're underappreciated. We get a brunt of the customers feeling like IT maybe isn't on their side, or maybe they're upset because this and that and the other, and so the first person they come
You're
to,
the customer service arm of the IT world.
It's not again. It's not our issue. We didn't cause this problem, but
you're the guy right there who's going to.
We're there. Yeah. I'm pissed at you, and so my team was so good about taking that, right? And so I'd always make sure that they were good and let them know that I appreciate them for that, because I understand how it felt, because I've been there. And so to get that same validation from, because I never got that, right, for my past job. I never got the validation like, you're doing a great job. It was always just like, well, that email you wrote, there was 3 misspelled words. Oh, that email you wrote, or you did this, and maybe this was wrong. It was never like, you're doing really,
and there's not any consistency, right? Like you're saying, it was never directly in the moment. It's always some random times. So you're always in this constant state of fear of what's the next random thing that's going to come at me.
So
you were basically trained to be terrified.
Yeah, so I'd always just have that in my head, like, maybe I'm not good enough for something, right? Even though I know I'm good at my job, I would tell myself that, and like, nah, man, you're fucking good at it.
But when and
I've worked in customer service for my whole life, I know I'm good with people. I know I can relate to a customer. I can, I know where they're coming from. I get it. I understand them. But not hearing that validation kind of sucks, right? But then when I started this new job, I'm doing the same things I've done in my past, same type of work in a sense, really. Maybe there's things I can't do or whatever, but for the most part, like customer service, it is what it is. It's the same shit, right? But then for my boss to like come up to me and her tell me like, hey, thank you. You know what? Like this other liaison, her name's Adeline. She's been there for 40 years or whatever. She's like, hey, she really appreciates you. You've been helping her out when she's been out. Like you're like her back. You've been doing all these things that are. And for me, I'm just helping. I'm just doing. I'm just trying to learn shit. But to get that validation, more like you're doing a really good job. I was just like,
and you think you're just doing a normal job.
I don't know how to take those like. As a guy, it's really hard to take a compliment.
Sure.
When someone gives you that compliment, it's so weird, right?
You don't want to look too happy about it. You don't want to give a big response.
And so when she gives me this this spotlight award or whatever they call it, I was just like, oh, cool. And she goes, with that, you get a bonus. I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, on your check, you're going to get like $1,500 more on this next check coming up.
That's pretty nice.
And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, no, it's cool. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, I don't know how to act. Like, oh, I knew it. Hallelujah.
Do I get a car? Oh my God.
You get a car. Yeah. You get a car. But like, man. It just made me realize how much, like, it kind of validated the reason I left my new job, my last job, right?
Made you feel like you made the right choice.
It did. It really
kind of
did.
Confirmed it for you.
It confirmed it for me, and then after that moment, it just made me realize, you know what? Okay, maybe right now I don't want to be in management, but I think I do.
At some point.
At some point, I want to.
I hear you.
I want to work my way up, maybe back into that position, into a manager position, supervisor, whatever.
There's a nice piece of leading other people. You know,
it is, but I think there's something about the fact that they're on this. All the managers that I've dealt with over there, they're like I am, very understanding.
They're not trying to cut your throat to get somewhere, right?
They're not. They're very just like, as long as you do your job, I'm cool with it. They're very motivating. They're very, I don't know, man. They're just very laid. They're like I am. I'm very laid back. I was a very laid back manager. I just, hey, do your job. I trust you to do your job. Let's do it. And I felt like I was motivating in the sense like, let's go, I'm here for you. Like, I'll help you out. Like, I was always like in that sense, and that's how it feels over here. Right. And that's not just in that's her manager, my boss's manager. And I support our president of our company, the whole company. I support her. Nice. And she is she's
kind of down to earth.
She is so amazing.
Nice.
Like I don't say that because this is my job. I say that because like, what the fuck? Like, everyone that I've dealt with on those levels, everyone's just fucking awesome. Everyone's just chill and cool. I fucking missed this big meeting that I'm supposed to make sure runs. And I've obviously, like we had talked about just earlier, like, you get hard on yourself. And I was very hard on myself because I went down I was in the building when this meeting goes on. It's not like I'm like 5 buildings or 20 minutes away. I'm in the fucking building. This meeting, I go downstairs and I'm like, oh my fucking God. Yesterday,
your heart drops, right,
bro? Because the day before, I was doing a dry one with the person. It's not like I didn't.
Your brain just spaced it. Yeah.
I just spaced. I was helping with this other area of work that I help another. So I help multiple departments. There's about 3 or 4 departments I help. So I was helping this other department just with emails. Nothing that needed to take my time away.
You just got into something and your brain spaced
I was just in the zone, right? I was zoned out. And I was like, oh my fucking God. I went downstairs and I just hear this meeting going because I'm trying to like talk to them.
And slowly your brain starts to register.
I was like, oh fuck. I see all the people. I'm like, I turn around, I go back upstairs. I'm like, holy fuck. Oh my God. I just missed this. Like, when I say that, there's probably 200 people that join this meeting.
Wow.
Easily. There's in the room, in our atrium, there's probably about 60 to, we'll say 75, 80 people that usually roughly join this meeting in person. Online, we'll say about 150 joins this meeting.
We got quite a few people. Lots and lots of people.
So I'm usually there just to make sure it goes.
Yeah.
In norm, like 9.5 out of 10 times it goes. There's nothing.
But there's that half a time.
Well, that happened to be when I wasn't there. Oh, great. They ran into some issues.
So it was obvious.
So I was like, fuck. And they're like, oh, yeah, we ran into this issue. I'm like, so I had emailed my CIO and the president, like, hey, I'm sorry, blah, blah. Thinking, because obviously
you're packing a box with all your shit.
Bro. I had that PTSD moment.
Like, well, that's a good run.
It was good work for you guys.
I still got that 1500, right?
No, this is before all that.
Okay. All right.
So I was just like, oh, it's been a good run. Like, hey, and I'm like, hey, I emailed my, hey, I was in the building. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I kind of dropped the ball. Like, I just kind of spaced out. I'm gonna be always, and I've done this with my last job. I was just the same way. I'm very honest in my approach to things. If I fuck up, I'm gonna own it. I'm not gonna sit there and sugarcoat or come with an excuse. Hey, you know what? I kind of dropped the ball, and that's what I did. I was like, hey, I was in the building. I was working on this. I'm so sorry. I spaced out. And then without missing a beat, my boss, my CIO, his name's Todd. He's so cool, man. He was like, "Hey, man, it's cool. Like, we've been there. I get it. Whatever. Like, everything's cool. Everything went real smooth." He tells me everything, even though I heard from someone else that there was something that didn't work right. He was like, "No, man, you're good.
It's all good."
And even the president, she was like, "No, Jesse, you're cool. Like, everything's good."
Nice.
Like, and just the way they dealt with that, and then when one of our other people in the position, what I do, when that guy passed away, and how they handled that, it just
you feel like genuinely cared about.
I do, dude. It's I love the company, and it just makes me want to stay.
And you want to do better as an employee, right?
Oh, dude, it's so something motivating about it
to them.
Oh, dude, I will to the bone, bro.
That's what I want the corporate world to understand: is you get loyalty by in a way giving it. It doesn't mean that you just let everything go.
Yeah.
If you did this 5 times in a row, they'd probably talk to you about
Of course, and I would want them to.
So we had a situation today at work. Very mild situation, but Para was upset about it. Like for herself, she felt like she really made a mistake. And I told her, I was like, okay, well, think about where you were and what you were concerned about in that moment. Yeah. Think about what led to that decision. Mm-hmm. It's not illogical.
Yeah.
We understand why it happens.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, next time you're in a similar situation, that's the one thing you're going to check for sure.
Oh, for
and it
sure.
didn't have anything to do with kids' safety or anything like that.
Yeah,
it just was this random thing. They're dealing with a lot of stuff. They're out in the real world, riding buses and going to work sites and doing all this stuff. And I just said, like, the way that you're reacting tells me that you value it, that you've already learned from it. So don't beat yourself up. Like, worst case scenario is a pretty fine scenario that we can work out here. So I don't know. I've been a teacher a long time now. And really in teaching, the hard thing to get used to in the beginning is it's really your fault. Your students, their progress, their success. Although there's a lot of factors and it's hard to really take all the blame. Like, really, you are responsible for their growth.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't find leadership in any way to be any different than that.
Yeah.
If your people are screwing up and it's not because, like, how much of that time are people screwing up because you weren't clear? Yeah. You didn't express what the mission was, or you didn't lay it out well enough, or you didn't think it through well enough.
Yeah.
Right? Leadership is taking that group and being a leader. That means being humble with them, being responsible for their success.
Yep.
It's not just being the boss. Yeah. It's not just talking down to everybody.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, that when you see organizations that don't work, whatever the organization is, it's kind of a top-down problem.
It really is.
Because if you want the success of your people, then you're going to give everything to make them successful.
Exactly.
Right? A good boss's job is to make sure that you become better every day.
Yeah.
And if you respond, I guess, like as a coach, like if you respond to just being told every time that you do something wrong, fine. The bosses that do that, I don't think, are the best bosses. You can be honest with your feedback without being cruel.
Yeah.
And without being, we know from the behavior world that negative comments have a much higher impact on people, not in a good way.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. If I tell you, hey, Jesse, the way that you ran those wires was pretty impeccable. I'm just super impressed. I've never seen someone take that much care. What are you going to now do every time you run wires?
I'm going to do right.
Every time you look
I'm going to make them look them.
See, that's what makes being a good boss harder.
Yeah.
You're not just going to have to go through life and be like, I'm so annoyed my mouse doesn't work. Jesse, you suck at mice. That's easy.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder when everything's going well to look around and be like, okay, what did this person do today that was awesome?
Yeah.
You have to go out of your way to find the good things.
For sure.
That is going to have so much more of an impact on anybody's life, right?
You saying that, like, you have to go out of your way to find those good things. That's so...
You have to.
You do, because as a former supervisor, that's something I would do. Like, there was times where I would just be like, when it become to review time or whatever it was, I would just always make sure, like, hey man, you're like doing a fucking awesome job at this, that, or the other.
Yeah.
You're always like, one of my texts that at the time that I really enjoyed about him was, he wanted to be busy. He hated when it was slow. He hated it. And so I would just always be like, well, you know, can you help with this? Oh, hell yeah. And I would always just praise him on that fact that, like, dude, you know, I love the fact that you're, you know, I don't want to throw this at you every time, you know, like, I don't want to overwhelm him and just be like, okay, well, I'll just give it to this guy because he's going to say yes. But at the same time, I always made sure to let him know, like, I really appreciate that you're
dependable.
You're spot on. You're always there, dude. You're like, you're so dependable. Like, I love that about you. Like, you know, like, I appreciate you. And I would always make sure those are things he knew because, you know, because that's stuff I would want to hear.
Yeah. Right.
You know, I would just tell them things I would want to hear. I would want to hear that I'm doing a great job. I don't want to hear that I'm fucking a piece of shit or I'm fucking up. Like, I already know there's things I fuck up on. I get it. You're not telling me anything different. I think I'm a fuck up 100% of the time. Like, you tell me I'm a fuck up.
I already know. And so,
but you tell me I'm a
literally
fuck
what
up.
you're saying, though, what does it lead you to be?
No, exactly.
Because at some point, anybody, and it's again from like behavioral information that we have, that we know about how people's brains work. If you start to feel like it doesn't matter what you do, you stop putting the effort into trying to do it, because all you're ever going to feel is let down.
And that's how it was, like, in school. I've told Tom this before, and I might have said this on the podcast. I had a teacher that would tell me, like, and I don't know where this came from, and this is not okay for teachers, I feel like, to do, obviously, and Tom agrees, is right away she mentioned that I should not try because I'm going to fail anyway.
Like, makes zero sense.
Don't bother trying, you're going to fail. And maybe there was something
I really hope that she didn't say it that way, and that's how you took it. If that is exactly how she said it. So in my mind at the time in my life, and to this day, this is how I heard it, was like, don't bother trying, you're going to fail. That's how I remember it. Yeah.
And so that's how
just so you know, that's not the way that you approach
I know this. I know
or
this.
Or your employee.
No, I already know this.
What's the point of being here? What is the point of me being here all then?
Like, this teacher was always just with me she just picked on me for whatever reason it was. And the girl I dated in high school, she had this theory that she goes, I think you remind her of an ex.
Okay, there's
something about you that reminds her of an ex, and she's just out to get you.
But you're not her ex; you're her student. You were a child, and she was an adult.
Yeah. But, like, I would do things that I felt like was, like, you know, at the time I thought I was doing a good job for what I had, because I didn't have computers. My family wasn't privileged enough at the time in the 90s to have a fucking PC. Those things weren't cheap. We're talking like $5,000, $2,500. You know, for a piece of shit computer, when you look at it now at the specs, right? When you look at the specs now.
The floppy disk was the memory.
Well, no. When you look at the computer that was $2,500, your phone does that, right?
Oh, your phone does probably more than that.
Oh, right? For sure, right? The processing speed and all. Anyway, I would do things. Anyway, she was just like that. And so I just remember it was very... I used to be one of those, and I'm still to the point. I'm still kind of like, I like to prove people wrong. If someone says I'm a piece of shit, even though I might feel that way, I like to prove them wrong.
So how do you prove yourself wrong then?
That's a good question. I don't, right? Yeah. But, like, when someone tells me, like I had a teacher, like, hey, you're gonna fail. I'm like, all right, bet. That was always my That's my motivator. All right. And then, you know, I would fail. Like, I think, and I had this math teacher. Hey, you're going to fail. I'm like, no, bet. I'm not. No, fuck no. And so I failed, which kind of sucked. But I failed because I had a 69.8 or 9. I needed a 70 to pass. And so he failed me, right? I think part of it was... I kind of challenged him in the sense like, nah, fuck that. Like, I ain't going to fail. Oh, no, we're going to make sure this goes. And he was like one of my football coaches. Like, come on, man.
Well, maybe.
Give me a .2.
In that case, like.
.02, give me that .02.
So I will say as an educator, if you can be honest, if a student factually is going to fail.
Yeah, and
you're not going to help by saying everything's fine. You might need to be real and say.
So he was this guy. He was just like he was like this. So this teacher, Mr. Powers, he would be like, he would explain whatever the assignment was, and he'd be like, okay, this is how you do this equation. Cool, whatever. And, maybe I didn't get it at the time. Mm-hmm. Hey, show everyone how you do this equation. And I'd be like, nah, I don't know. I don't know. And I would say this. Mm-hmm. Come up here and do it anyway. Right? So I do it. Obviously, it was wrong because I didn't know.
Which you told him.
Which I told him. And then he would, like, ridicule you for it.
In front of your peers.
In front of everyone. Like, and I already feel stupid, for one, because I don't want to be in front of people.
Yeah.
Two, because I already know what the fuck I'm not doing shit right.
You don't want to be in front of people because you don't know how to do it, and you're going to feel dumb in front of y'all.
Yeah, I already know I'm... And then three, like, this motherfucker already made me feel stupid. Mm-hmm. So he did that, I remember, and it was just so embarrassing. And then he's like, you're going to fail. Like, him and that teacher and this other teacher told me I was going to fail. That one I felt more confident about the math. Mm-hmm. And I felt
you were close.
I was. It was literally a 69.8.
So after you told him, I don't know how to do this, and he proved that you didn't know in front of all your peers, did he take the time to try to reteach you?
No, he
moved on to the next lesson.
No, he made sure he made me feel like, you fucking idiot. Like,
and didn't do anything to reteach the skill to you. That he then
he just
confirmed that you did not.
Yeah, you need to fucking pay attention.
This is one thing about education.
You need to fucking pay attention. Yeah. You need to do this. Like, he made me realize that he took it upon himself to really drive the point that I was like an idiot.
Basically makes you feel like you're just stupid,
like I already felt stupid, but you just proved the point. You made me feel less than I already feel about myself, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just remember just like when I got told that, it sucked. Like, I felt defeated, right? That moment of defeat where you just feel like, I already feel like a garbage. What do you got there, little mama?
You wave at me when I wave to you.
What'd she say she had?
I don't know. Popcorn? I don't know.
No, they had to be mac and cheese.
No idea.
Her and Chloe are hanging out. But anyway, and so when he said that, like, obviously, like, I was just like thinking, okay, whatever. But then when that English teacher, she did what she did, like, I don't know, man. I just had no luck, and I was never. It was like JJ being in school or Elliot, and the teacher just being a dick to them for no reason.
How early into the semester was it that she said this?
Oh, right away.
Like, first week of school, she's like,
we're talking 2 weeks in, 2 weeks in maybe to this English class. She right away for whatever, and I'll never understand. Her name was Miss Weaver. She was a fucking bitch. Anybody who went to Foster High School knows Miss Weaver. Fuck that whore. Anyway, fuck you, Miss Weaver. I got my own house. Fuck you, bitch. You got that geriatric surgery? Yeah, bitch.
Well, I will translate for you. That was not a very a very appropriate way to handle being a teacher. If that girl story is true.
No, it's.
And I don't doubt you.
I've said it since forever.
I want to believe that she had some other like tweaked.
I want to look at it this way.
I don't know.
Just like my previous boss that motivated me to be a better supervisor. She was giving me the worst advice ever. Hey, you're going to fail this class because you're a piece of shit. Try. Hey, don't try. To motivate me to try, right? To do better. Just like my boss said, hey, you're doing terrible this year. Even though I knew I was doing way better than I've done in my life as a supervisor. And then him telling me, hey, I just told you that because I'm trying to motivate you.
Right. No, that's bullshit. You don't pay attention.
Which he did motivate me.
Yeah, to leave.
Oh, yeah. He motivated
I told Alicia right out the door. Yeah.
Yeah, I told Alicia that day, like, she knew how pissed I was. I was livid. Mm-hmm. Like, I was not happy. Like, no, fuck you. Mm-hmm. You fucking piece of... Dude, to this day, if I see that motherfucker, I'll choke him out, dude. I don't care if you're fucking 6'4", 6'5".
This is not a legitimate threat to anyone's safety.
It's not
this is legitimate. This is just his free speech.
Because I know this motherfucker, if he saw me, he'd be scared.
Yeah.
He'd see a 5'7" Jesse and be scared, even though he's 6'5".
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Is my belly button showing?
Nope, mine is.
I know. I was gonna put my finger in it.
Mike, she told me.
I can't even see it.
Okay, now I'm pissed.
I can't even see it because it is.
I gotta put this.
The blanky's in the way.
Sorry, guys. Hopefully you weren't looking at my stomach the whole time.
I was gonna lick your belly button, dude. That's crazy.
Don't do that. It's smelly.
Why do belly buttons stink, bro?
You know, and I don't even know if I'm a good leader or not, but I'm always.
I feel like you are, though.
To what leadership should be.
I feel like I'm honest. Hey, Otis, shut the fuck up. I feel like I'm a good leader, as I'm yelling at this dog. I feel like I'm a good leader in the sense that I put myself in their shoes, right? That's how I always look. That's how I approach leadership. Is I put myself in the shoes of I've been in your position. I know what it's like. I know what you're going through. I know how customers are. If depending on whatever the situation is, right? I get it. This is. In this aspect of this job, this is what I would have done. This is how I would have handled this situation. And that's how I always approach things. Even when my boss was like, Jesse, you need to rank that guy up. You need to do this. Like, I never looked at it like, that's not the way you should do things. You shouldn't just write people up because that's not motivating.
Well, have you looked at a problem and identified it and talked to them about it?
Exactly.
Or are you just writing them up?
That's
because the official write-up is nothing but putting a note in their file that says, I want to get rid of you. And yeah, there are times where, look, and I know this for me, the time I will feel bad is if I knew better and I made a choice not to do better.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have an employee who knows that they're screwing up and just doesn't care, right? If I had somebody that came back and was like, oh, this didn't go well, and it's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not my problem. Well, now we need to have a conversation.
Yeah,
because, obviously we can do better here, and here's how. But you have that discussion.
Exactly.
Right? You guide somebody and you want them to be successful.
That's what it is. You want them to be successful.
You want them to succeed. It's not a threat for them to succeed.
You don't take your position and be like, oh, I'm so powerful. I'm the Almighty. I'm Jesus. I'm going to turn water into wine. Like, you don't do that. Like,
see, this is the problem. Some people interpret your success as a threat to them.
Oh, no,
and they're motivated for growth, so they also want to undermine the people around them.
And so this is like with my last boss, like the thing I never understood was my team was a very boots on the ground team. We were the ones, we were what you would call the face of the company.
Yeah.
Right? When you think of IT, you would see them, and that's who you thought about, right? You didn't think about the help desk. You didn't think about people working on things in the background. You were the ambassadors for the IT team, right? We would fix it. So, but my team was very good at their job. Most of them were, even the ones that weren't good in the sense of they had like high ticket accounts, they were still good at their job. There was aspects of their job they were good at. They were good. There was, maybe their ticket count was high, but they were very good with the fact that they took care of these situations here that wasn't documented, or there was things there, right? And with that, I get the whole managerial aspect of things, which I understood all that, and those were things I would work on, right? But like you're, like this, the higher ups would be they just never understood things like that, right?
No, of course not, because it's a philosophical problem.
So when I would say things, or I would be like, well, no, like blah 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 blah, but no, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm like, bro, that's not how it is. Like, my team was so good, like we would win employee of the quarter. My team would have been employee of the quarter. This is voted on by peers, not by anybody else. Like, this is the peers that are voting for them. They're doing something fucking right. I'm doing something right if my team's doing their job. If my team's winning this shit, I don't know, man. That's a notch in my belt. I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, right. So
I must be doing something pretty good if my team's doing fucking that awesome.
It's kind of the problem with healthcare right now, too, when you think about the approach. The buzzwords are all there, right? The stuff to make it sound good is all there. A holistic approach. All this blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever it may be. It's all there. But when you go, the experience that you have, now maybe the individuals you work with are nice and friendly.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a profit motive. It's definitely get you in the door, get you out.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that was a lot of what your issue was that they wanted numbers. They wanted to see this job should take 5 minutes, so you better be taking 5 minutes. They didn't care that maybe you had to listen to 2 minutes of somebody bitch you out to hear them out and make them feel better, so that the next time took 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, yeah. They never heard that.
There was not any of that, the soft human side of things that actually makes an experience better and might make... You may not be able to quantify it immediately through data,
exactly,
but ultimately results in a better holistic result.
Because you can't put that in data, right? You can't
quite. No, I'm sure there's ways that you could.
Yeah, I can't put the fact that like Tom's having issues logging in, so he's gonna bitch at the employee that's coming to try to help him with his login issue, where Tom's like, you know, I've been trying for 3 weeks and this is always happening. I put my ID in and they asked me for this and blah, blah, blah. And obviously, you know, oh yeah, I understand. I get it. You know, you know what? I hate it too. Like, you know, you sympathize in that as a customer service. At least for me, my thing is I'm a very sympathetic person when it comes to issues with customers. I can sympathize with them because I understand where
people
they're coming
ultimately
from.
want what? They want to be heard.
Yeah, that's it.
They want to be validated that their feelings matter.
Exactly.
That's about it.
And so, so like what was it? Yesterday, our president, she was having issues with some login, and one of the guys reached out to me. Hey, Jesse, so and so's, you know, she's having issues. I'm like, oh, I'll go talk to her. Well, everything should be fine. I'm like, well, I'll just go talk to her, see what's going on. Obviously, my CIO was there talking to her, and I was just like, listen. I'm like, okay. You can visibly hear she was upset. You can hear him like kind of frustrated that she was upset, but also like trying to calm her down. Right? He's very good. He's so cool, man. Like I'm telling you, like everyone from the ground up, they're just amazing. You can tell. And then I was just like, no. So I kind of interjected what I was told, and I just let her know, like, no, what he's saying is true. Yeah, this is the issue. And so I always just I get what you're saying. Oh no, well, I'll talk to him, but I understand where you're coming from. Like, yeah, oh no, I understand. Like, no, I get it. Yeah, that's something that needs to be worked out, but they are working on it. I just want you to know that they are working on it, because I can tell that I didn't tell her I can tell she's upset, but I can feel that she was upset, right? So I would just let her know, because that's something I feel like he maybe missed in a sense. It's like, I was like, well, no, they're working on it. Things are being worked on, so you're validated in the sense that, yeah, I get that, you know, that was frustrating, but they are going to be letting people know that this is an issue, just so you know. Like, and she's like, oh, okay. So even after you left, like, hey,
you can feel the
like, I'm very good. I think there's something about what I do. Maybe it's just me. I'm very good at feeling people out. I'm very good at I think that's my strong suit. So I can sense emotions. I can sense people's like, I can feel the
your
frustration.
superhero name's emoji.
Dude, I can really feel if someone's upset or frustrated. I can sense their energy. I don't know how to explain it, but I can feel that. I can feel something's off. Like, there's an energy that's off with them, or something that's not right, because it just didn't feel. You know, you can sense it. Like, the other day where was I? Just something felt off, and I just knew something wasn't right. I don't know. It was at the gym. I don't remember. Just something felt wrong, but then it got worked, and I was like, okay.
Figured out what it was.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, that's what it was. You know, like, I can feel that there was a frustration somewhere in the air. You know,
before your brain really registers what it is. Yeah.
But anyway, hey, something I wanted to talk about, not really, but is Elise's been watching this show called Gossip Girls.
Okay.
Right? This show came out in 07.
A long time ago, right? Yeah. I've heard of it.
Bro, this show's wild. Wild. So I'm watching this show off and on. Alicia's been watching it she's on like season 3. I think there's 6 seasons. She's almost done with season 3. She might be on season 4. Who knows? But like, you're just like, so like at first I'm like, what is this show? That sounds so stupid. And then now and then I'm playing my game and I'm like, oh, Serena, she's such a bitch, dude.
Don't you hate that when you get sucked in?
Blair, what a bitch. She's such a whore. You know, like I get invested in some of the stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then there was a part where the guy's like, she tells her boyfriend, hey, why don't you put the hotel, this is on season 3, why don't you put the hotel in my name and I can help you out, that way they don't take it over, but I'm kind of in control of it. And what she was suggesting was a good idea, right? In the moment of whatever the situation. And then he goes, well, how's that going to look for my 19-year-old girlfriend? And I was like, I looked at Elise, I was like, what the fuck? These motherfuckers are only 19? She's like, yeah.
Well, they're actually like 82, but...
I was like, are you kidding me? I thought they were like at least their late 20s.
That's because the actors are in their early 30s.
Probably. But I'm like, bro, I thought these motherfuckers were in their 20s.
Well, how would it look for my 19-year-old girlfriend? How old is he supposed to be?
Bro, everyone's fucking in this show. And then we're talking season 1, too. Everyone's fucking and being like whores. And then I'm like, wait, they're in high school. And Lisa's like, yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me? So in season 3, there's this chick. She's like, oh, God, I love you. And I'm going to fuck you. And like, they fuck. And I'm like, bruh. She's like, what? I was like, how old is she? She's like 16, right? You told me you told me a couple seasons ago she was like 13 or 14 years old. This dude was trying to fuck her.
And now she's doing this.
And now she's like, dude's a pedophile. Like, how old? This guy's like 30 years old. She goes, no, he's only 19. I was like, what?
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Why are everyone stupid rich?
Let me tell you something.
Everyone's dumb rich,
my
bro.
My 16-year-old daughter
was
dumb with
rich.
A 19-year-old boy. I know that's only 3 years. 16 to 19 is a lot different than like 23 to 26 or like 33 to 36.
Isn't that crazy though?
Or even like 36 to 49. Like
even 49 to 29 is different.
Yeah.
Isn't that
just
weird?
Like,
why is it? So get this. Why would it be more weird? Why is it more weird when you're 19 with a 6-year-old, right? And I'm not advocating.
You're just.
I'm not condoning pedophilia.
Yeah.
But it's weird when it's 19 and 16, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's close, right? Whatever. 20, 16, whatever. 4 years is crazy.
Yeah.
But when you're 45 like me, but you're with a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
We're talking 20 years.
Right.
But that's not weird.
Because they're a fully grown adult.
Right. Isn't that weird when you think about it?
Like there's a disadvantage there. When you're 19, your life experience compared to your average 16-year-old is so different.
It is. That's crazy though,
different.
right?
Like a 25-year-old would be uncomfortable, I think. But it's not as cringy, you know what I mean? Like,
well, so in this instant, last night we're watching. Well, Alicia's watching this show, and then I come to bed and I'm like sitting there, and she's like, I don't think they fuck. I think they end up. The 6-year-old and the 19-year-old. I didn't know he was 19 because he looked like he's 25, right? And then he's very businessy. Like these people are they're in suits. They're New York upscale New York-y. You know, they're your Trumps, so to speak, where they're very wealthy, born into wealth.
You're right. You're gonna fuck me. You're gonna love it so much. It's gonna be incredible. Frankly, all the girls want to fuck me, but you might be the one that gets to do it. Maybe we'll do it. What do you think?
But you know what I mean? They're very like the name is very like prestigious. Right?
Yes.
Like when you think
the
of
Barons
the Vanderbilts, you think of these people, right?
The old money of New York.
The elites, right?
Yes.
They're elites, right?
Yes. Okay.
So I'm thinking, oh, she's old, right? And then I find out he's 19 and she's 16, and you're like, Well, he leaves because she ends up. Then they don't end up having sex, right?
Okay.
But they're in this hotel room in the bed, and she kind of like, hey, this is the situation. I'm only 16, and he's visibly annoyed because he's a fucking pedophile, obviously. So he's annoyed the fact that she's young, and I was just like laughing. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like so annoyed. Like, who does that? Like, one, if if a girl doesn't want to fuck me, and I've had my hoey moments, and there's been girls that maybe, not that they didn't want to fuck me, but like there's been moments where things didn't work out in that moment. Was I upset? No, I didn't give a fuck. I want them to be comfortable, right? Right? If you're not comfortable in this situation, okay, let's move on. Maybe later, in another day, things will be different. And this is not me saying it's cool to be pedophilia at 16 and 19.
You're commenting on this show. It's very much accepted by society, by the way.
Yeah. So he's like, he gets up, he puts his shirt on. You're just acting like a kid. I'm like, motherfucker, she's a fucking kid.
She is a kid.
Even Alicia goes, well, because she is a kid.
Yeah,
and I'm
you're
like,
acting like a child.
No, that's what he said.
Wow.
You're acting like a child. I'm like, well, motherfucker, she's fucking 16.
Wow, you're really a child.
Well, you know what the other thing that bugged me is the dad of these kids. He's cool, right? He's a cool dad, right? He's very he's a good dad in the sense that like he's very like you know, like he'll discipline and he's very like spoken, but he doesn't look like a fucking dad. He looks like them. It makes me so angry because he looks like their age.
He's the daddy Warbucks of the group. He's very wealthy.
Well, he's the dad of these one set of kids, right? Okay. He has to take 2 kids that are in the show. And I'm like, who's that? Alicia's like, that's the dad. I'm like, fuck.
Shouldn't mom be an alcoholic and dad never be home?
I'm like, no, that's not the dad.
Works?
The mom looks grippa old, right? Mm-hmm. But the dad looks just as young as the son. Like they look like they could be brothers.
Of course.
I'm like, this is so stupid. This show's so fucking dumb. It makes me so angry.
And you wonder why Americans have mental problems.
It makes me so angry, bro.
That's like average people are watching this and like, oh, I just love it so much. Like, of course we have issues with ourselves. How do you ever live up to this shit?
Dude, you can't.
You can't. Yeah.
You can't live up to none of this shit. I don't know, man. I see things like, I'm not very political. Tom knows this. Mm-hmm. Something that I've been seeing lately, and this blows my mind, and I actually posted on this, is the halftime show of the Super Bowl. Mind you, the halftime show's maybe a half hour. We're gonna go a half hour max, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the performers that they chose, I think Jay-Z is actually one of the people that actually choose this, is Bad Bunny. Mm-hmm. He's from Puerto Rico, mm-hmm. which many people don't realize is a U.S. territory. Mm-hmm. So people are livid. Oh my God, this motherfucker's gonna rule. I ain't ever watching the Super Bowl again. Like
free speech, but shut him down.
Like people are like, even Trump, dude.
Well, yeah,
they're so bad because this guy's gonna be performing. Why you this is a U.S. territory, so it's not like it's like
so it's essentially a U.S. citizen that's singing.
It is
at the Super Bowl,
right? Because Puerto Rico is considered U.S. territory.
You have citizenship if you are born in Puerto Rico,
right? Right?
Yeah,
that's not wrong, right?
It's not wrong. They're a territory of the United States. They could actually apply for statehood if they wanted to.
Exactly,
absolutely.
So like,
we just don't like that they're so darn not white.
You don't speak English. You don't speak no English.
So no, but I mean that is the
it made me laugh so hard because I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Come on. You know what, you guys, there's people out there that are just like livid over this, right? Mm-hmm. And I just think about it because I'm like, you're letting 30 minutes of your life at most 30 minutes
destroy your
whole thing. Get the fuck over it. Well, it's 30 minutes.
And this is the type of shit.
Music's universal
that
for
gets
one.
in the way of all the stuff that really matters. This is a Super Bowl show. Who gives a fuck about the Super Bowl? In the end of the day,
exactly.
It is
I love football. Don't get me wrong.
Look, it's great, but it's entertainment. It doesn't fucking matter.
I know.
It really doesn't matter. Like, you don't like the guy. Okay, this is.
No, so
don't
it's crazy.
Started, man.
No, I'm not trying. So the thing that's crazy is like,
I'm gonna go nuts.
The thing that's crazy is like, people don't realize music's a universal language in a sense, right?
Yeah.
So when you hear Spanish music or you hear fucking Arabic music, you hear the music. You might not understand the music, but you can hear it, and I hear music and it makes me want to dance. There's music that makes me want to dance, and because it sounds very upbeat, and it got this just like maybe the bass to it or the snare, you just hear something and you're just like, oh hell yeah, this feels good, like there's something about music that just makes you feel good sometimes, where you're just like, hell yeah. And that's kind of like what his music is. You might not understand what I don't speak Spanish, but there's music of his that I really
hate Despacito.
Dude, don't even get me started. But like, you'll hear that shit, right? And they're like, oh my God, I don't understand about a burrito, Despacito, the burrito. Like, you're like, whatever, But then, like, I've heard music and I've not understood it. Mm-hmm. There's this girl I listen to and I love the way she sounds. Mm-hmm. Her name is Jessica Reyes. Mm-hmm. Jessie Reyes, I think her name is.
I think you've shown her to me before.
Like, she has a beautiful voice. Like, she has a unique voice, like a Shakira type voice. Uh-huh. But there's this song it's actually legit one of my favorite songs by her. Mm-hmm. It's not in English. I don't speak Spanish. I don't understand Colombia.
But you recognize good music.
But I can hear the emotion behind the way she sings, right? I can hear that. Like, I can hear a song, and this is where I started, like, when I was with Blanca and, and stuff, and her mom would listen to Spanish music. Mm-hmm. I used to think that stuff was, like, circus music back in the day. Mm-hmm. But then the more I heard it, I was like, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. I would comment and I would tell like Blanca or her mom, like, oh, this is a sad song, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's talking about this. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can hear his.
So right now you're saying this, and all I can hear, I don't know why, but all of a sudden I got Dave Chappelle going, word,
word. But no, but like where I get with music is like it doesn't matter if it's English, Spanish, Arabic, fucking African, fucking Iceland. I don't fucking know. Mm-hmm. But you can hear, like, for me,
if you listen for the emotion,
you can hear emotion in people's voices. You can tell if it's a sad song. You can tell if it's a happy song. You can tell if it's you can tell what kind of music it tragedy, is because it has a sense of feeling to it.
The notes that are chosen.
Just because you don't understand Bad Bunny's music doesn't mean it doesn't make you want to dance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the thing that I will say is
pisses me off.
People don't understand it. 2 weeks ago were angry about canceling and blah blah blah. Suddenly, but it's fine to cancel the other side.
Exactly.
It's fine to cancel some voices, just not my voice.
But you know what's crazy?
It's the entitled people of the country. But anyway.
Yeah. So this is what's crazy is like. And I'm not, and I'm just saying this, and this is coming from someone who does not like Beyonce. I do not like Beyonce. I am not a fan of hers. That was someone I didn't want at my wedding because she wanted to be at my wedding. Like, fucking bitch, no.
I already told you no, Beyonce.
But I don't care for her music. Uh-huh. I'm not a.
You're not anti her. You don't prefer her music.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. But like, I can guarantee you. Those same people that are bitching because Bad Bunny was performing at the Super Bowl, if Beyonce was to perform at the Super Bowl, those same fucking people would bitch because she ain't country music. Like, she won an award for country music.
AKA she's not white. This is kind of the reality of it. These people don't talk like us.
But get this. The Beatles. The fucking, there's so many artists the Rolling Stones. There's so many artists that have performed in the Super Bowl that weren't from America.
That issue, right?
They're not American. They're not. They're Canadians.
Golly, I'm trying to put my finger on it, Jesse.
What? Racist.
What?
Pieces of shit.
Hold on. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones. Canadian performers. God damn. European performers. Jesse, I'm almost on it. What is it? What am I missing here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me see.
This is nothing more than racism. I think that's been made pretty goddamn clear over the last few months.
So Rihanna, she's from Barbados.
Yes.
Shakira, she's from Colombia.
Yes.
Coldplay, they're from the UK.
Right.
The Who, they're from the UK. The Rolling Stones, UK. Paul McCartney,
UK.
He's from the UK. U2 is from Ireland.
Ireland, sure.
And everyone.
Well, United Kingdom, still UK,
but like those people performed in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Bad Bunny.
Okay, Rihanna at least wasn't white.
Well, no, that's the thing I'm saying.
Guess there's a little bit of that, but did she get some hate?
No. Bad Bunny is the most U.S. person that performed. And
good point. Good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
He's from Puerto Rico.
He's from Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. Remember the first term?
No.
We love Puerto Rico.
They got destroyed, and he was football throwing fucking
so that pisses me off.
paper towels at people.
Dude, and then Trump's all, Trump and everyone's, we're gonna cancel him. We wanna ICE. The guy that was behind ICE, like he wanted to fucking be at the concert to get rid of people.
The guy who took
$50,000,
Tom Holderman or whatever.
I don't know, but he was talking about.
Yeah, he took $50,000
talking about
cash in a bag, and he's not in jail. So
he's talking about going and getting rid of people.
Of course, let's go. Let's get him everywhere.
You come to the Super Bowl, we're gonna deport you.
Yeah,
it's like, bro,
it's getting so really hard not to speak out, and I really have to not speak out because it's getting to the point where I honestly don't know.
It's so where the end annoying.
I kind of like,
dude. So I sent Tom this video, and it's one of. If you guys don't know who George W. Bush is, he would always get made fun of.
Oh yeah,
I mean, all the time. SNL jokes,
make the best choices.
Like SNL joke. So I hear this speech by him, and I'm hearing him speak.
And he sounds like a freaking genius.
He sounds amazing.
He sounds presidential. He's talking about all the forces that are going to lead to Donald Trump, and he's basically saying history doesn't work.
And he's repeating. He's basically telling you what kind of.
He's a fortune reader of what's coming up because I think they
and he's talking about stuff that and when he's talking about this, we're like 20 years ago plus, right?
This is the end of his presidency before. I think it was before Obama.
Obama, yeah, it was.
I believe
it was.
If I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right.
It could have been after.
No, I think it was before. But I mean,
it was telling of where he knew, probably from what he learned in the office, that what was coming. I mean, this movement that's building.
Just the way he spoke.
He talked about how immigrants are important to the national fabric of this country.
Yeah.
And how, again, the historic context that we've tried these things before.
And they didn't work.
They don't.
You know what?
You know who else tried this stuff? If we want to talk history, somebody else really famous. God, Jesse, I can't put my finger on it.
Hitler.
Who? Oh, I didn't say it. Oh, is that who it was?
I think so.
I'm not trying to. I'm not saying.
Hitler tried.
I just, the thing is, it gets to the point where it's like.
But
you don't want to be called a fascist. Don't act like a freaking fascist.
It was so funny though. Like when I heard that, I was just like, I sent Tom this clip though. I sent him because the reason I sent him the clip is one, because what he's saying is like kind of coming to fruition, right? Because he's saying he's basically saying history's repeating itself, right?
Yeah.
But the way he's speaking is like it's Bush.
It takes you back to when a dumbass president sounded better than this dumbass president.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And mind you, like when Trump first applied when he first ran.
Indeed.com. I want to be president. Do you have the listing? Is that Indeed or is that what's the other guys?
My resume.
What are the other guys? I was the best boss in New York City.
I have the greatest resume.
I have the greatest tacos come from Trump Tower. I have the best, and it's a really tall building.
But like I'm going to be one of those people. I voted for Trump the first time, right? Because like some of the stuff he spoke about, I really like.
It resonated with you.
I got it. I understood, and I was cool with it. Not everything, but like for the most part, like there was things I really okay. Yeah, I get it. The second time around, I didn't vote for anybody because I just didn't care.
You didn't really identify with either.
No, the person that actually you had spoke about, like I would have voted for was Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, I would have voted for that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just because he's a gay Marine from
and
the
just
Marines.
like when you listen to him talk, he's a communicator and he can cut to the point of it. If you think that you are going to be better off with Donald Trump, I think he's pretty well proven we're not. I don't know anybody that's doing better now. If you look at gas prices, I just paid almost $4.50 for a gallon.
It's the same, and that's a change.
That's way more than Biden had it. And there were stickers everywhere pointing, saying Biden did that. I want equality. That's all I ask is when you look at your leaders, stop looking at a D or an R and pretending like one guy's good and one guy's bad. Hold them to the same account.
That's all I want.
don't think Republicans would like it very much right now if a Democrat were in office saying the shit that Donald Trump's saying. I don't think democracy would be in a very good place if the other side were behaving this way. The stuff that's coming out of that guy's mouth is so utterly should be shocking. It's not, but it's so atrocious for what our country is supposed to stand for. To stand up before the military of the United States and recommend using our cities as a training ground for the troops.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far because the impeachments last time didn't work, but good God, how much is enough?
But I think, didn't he just create a rule where he can't be impeached kind of thing?
Well, I mean,
the last term or something like that?
This is the funny thing about democracy. When democracy is based on a lot of things that people just don't do and it's not actual laws, right now we're in a position where Donald Trump doesn't care about norms. He doesn't care about morals. He doesn't care about any right or wrong. He cares about winning. That's all that matters to him. And winning, I get it's important.
Dude, who's going to run next time?
Well, the Democrats are kind of, whoever had anything to do with it in the past is going to be gone.
Not that I want like Kamala.
It's not going to be her. She's done, at least now on a national level. Pete Buttigieg wants it. Gavin Newsom wants it.
I feel like anybody is better. Is Gavin Newsom the California guy?
Yeah. So this is my issue with Newsom. He's been around a long time. He's kind of an old school Democrat. I think the Democrats really need to rebrand. They need to.
I think we need to get away from the old school way of thinking. In my view,
honestly, to be honest with you, Democrats were the FDR. The Democratic Party that I identify with, that I grew up with, was the middle class party. Yeah. They were the party of the unions, the laborers that worked hard to bring food home to the family.
See, I need someone like that.
And the people I personally knew were always the people that wanted for themselves and not for anybody else. I'm not saying that's everybody. In my personal experience.
So when I grew up, I feel like my mom was a Republican. She was like, they're for the poor people, right? Is how I saw it.
What evidence? In my lifetime, since Ronald Reagan,
I don't know.
Trickle down economics.
This is all I know.
Look, trickle down economics. It's in the name. You're asking
someone who doesn't know nothing about.
It's in the name, man. So Reagan did the trickle down economics. The Republican premise for 30 years has been: if you give tax breaks to the people on top, the money will then trickle down to everybody. It lifts everybody up.
It doesn't.
Has that been proven right or wrong? Because every policy they've stood on for 30 years has been that idea: make it easy on the rich, and they will pull the rest of us up.
They don't, though.
That has not happened, but they still don't pay attention.
You make it easy on the rich, and they're just getting richer,
and they're screwing you. They're not giving it back to us.
I agree.
They aren't.
I agree.
And look, the Democrats have fucked up because they've focused on the things that were not bread and butter issues.
Yeah.
But if they focus on economics and they say, look, I don't want to trickle down, I want to flood down. I don't want to hurt the uber wealthy, but I want them to pay their fair share. We need to flood down to the middle class.
You know who I want in office, honestly? And this is after I was hearing some stuff from him. I wish Bernie Sanders was younger.
Dude, Bernie Sanders should have gotten there before. You know what really screwed the Democrats?
He had some good stuff.
You know what pushed a lot lot of people to
He's a socialist. Is what I would
say. What is socialism?
But no,
what is socialism though?
So this is what I took. So anytime I would hear about socialism, it was always a bad thing, right?
Yeah, right.
It was like it's communist. Yeah.
Well, what is communism? There's a lot we could talk about. But
he was a commie from Russia, right? Right. It was terrible.
Equals evil, bad, horrible people.
Well, no, that's how you always took it, right?
Yeah.
But
we're America.
I was listening to was it the other day? To something, and this is something he was talking about 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Plus. He's been very consistent on this.
And so he's talking, and you're like, dude, that makes so much fucking sense. Why don't we do that? Because we're not doing that now.
You know what turned people away from the Democrats?
I'm like,
they wanted Hillary, and they made Hillary win over Bernie. They gave it to her because she was the heir apparent.
Yeah.
You know what that did? Turned a lot of people off, and guess who they voted for? If you look at the deepest Trumpers, they actually were Bernie people. Many of them, not all, but many of them were Bernies. They moved over to Trump. Because they were so disillusioned by the sense that this party was fake.
Yeah, so some of the stuff he spoke about, I would totally vote
so
for.
A lot of what he talks about is the
He's
idea.
talking about
First of all, communism is an economic system.
He was
it's
all
not a
for the
political
middle
system.
class and all that shit. Man.
Absolutely. Do we honestly believe that rich people really, just by their nature, want to do for us?
Hell no.
Would you just give money to somebody if you didn't have to?
Nope.
No. We all hate taxes, but somebody's going to pay
doing it
them.
right. You know who's doing it right? And people don't want to hear this? Finland.
Yeah.
Well, no,
That's true.
Did you hear that?
Look at how happy they are.
Well, no, did you hear that they're actually moving to 4-day work weeks? Right, right. Like everything about them, they're moving. They're
balanced.
They're balancing these things to like not working as much, but they're still giving more to the people. Like it sounds fucking
let me
amazing.
ask you about
I'm
this.
going to Finland.
Healthcare.
Going to Finland.
Healthcare. Is it a right or a privilege to have healthcare in the United States?
Oh, it's
the
a
richest
right.
country.
It's a right.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
It's actually not a right.
I know.
That's the sad thing. But truly,
I know.
If you polled most Americans, would they feel it was a right or a privilege?
They feel it's a privilege.
Right. I have a right to be healthy in my country. Right. We have enough money.
Oh, dude.
Pfizer could pay enough money to make sure everybody was healthy.
Why is it so expensive,
The Sackler family, or whoever the Shacklers, I'm going to make a fake family, they could pay for addiction treatment in this country.
Oh, easily.
They could fix the mistake.
Yeah, the Shacklers? Oh, hell
they
yeah.
made.
Yeah.
Okay, the Shacklers could single-handedly end drug abuse in this country,
sir.
or at least make a significant dent. We will never go after the people that are ultimately responsible for our problems, which are... I'm not talking your average wealthy person. I'm talking your uber wealthy elites. Everybody feels it. Everybody knows it. But you know what we do? We waste our days arguing with each other. And whether we like or hate what Trump said.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right up. I hate just about everything he says. I don't have anything that I really like about the guy. At the end of the day, that doesn't take away from the fact that he's not the ultimate problem. He's a symptom of the ultimate problem.
Yeah.
The problem is we're moving away from policies that build a strong, robust middle class, which was the economic builder of this country.
Yeah.
It wasn't just factory jobs. Those jobs shift. The average middle class family doesn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Their mobility in economics and their ability to be a powerhouse for our country, we are the engine that drives this country. It's not the lower class. It's not the middle class. Right? It's not it's not the upper class. It is the middle class.
It is.
That is the point.
Who's going to the malls and
who buys pillows? So this is a really good point.
Who's buying underwear and
brought up
socks
the point.
And shit?
You know how you know that the middle class is the powerhouse? How many pillows do middle class families buy? How many pillows do the uber elite buy? You're still only going to buy one pillow.
Yeah.
Uber elites, they might buy a yacht. They might buy a Rolls Royce, a really expensive house. They might eat at really fancy restaurants. They might buy really fancy clothes. They still buy the same amount of rolls of toilet paper.
Yep.
Right? So what they're spending their money on is different, but it's not stuff that's going to affect us.
No.
Somebody buys a yacht. That's really good for the city where the yacht's built, but 50 million families buying fucking Charmin toilet paper. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The overall.
So, Serta, you're paying
if
$100,000 for these pillows from the middle class.
So I just ask, if you have a party who openly stands for taxing people truly fairly, and then redistributing that wealth, yes, is that kind of communist or socialist? Maybe, but do we need to kind of look at it a little deeper than maybe how we have historically? Some things should probably be more socialist.
Yeah, I agree.
Like healthcare. If you don't want to die of cancer unfairly, maybe that shouldn't just be a privilege.
And it's crazy because it's like I pay for obviously my healthcare, whatever. I pay. I don't even know how much I pay. Right? For me and my family, we're paying $600. We'll say. Are we using that all the time? No, we're paying just in case someone gets sick.
You're paying whether you use it or not.
Yeah,
and you would be doing that for taxes too. But the point is, when you need it, it's there and it's unquestioned.
But if you had healthcare that was like
a public option, they say,
Canada has a free healthcare
death panels, and there's going to be a long wait. You know what? There's a wait anyway. Have you tried to get into a doctor in America lately,
dude?
Good luck.
Good luck. Me and Tom had the same provider.
Yeah.
Right. That provider went private, I think.
He went off on his own.
Yeah, he did his own thing, which is awesome.
I'm not a great doctor, but yeah,
and I'm not anti him. He was really good, actually. Mm-hmm. He was cool because he was very
the guy.
He was very anti-medicine in that sense and stuff.
He was very realistic.
He was like, hey,
didn't just buy all the bullshit.
Yeah, he wasn't like, hey, you need to be put on heart meds. It was just like, maybe you change your diet.
Well, and he would if he needed to.
Well,
he wasn't anti-drugs, but he was definitely a proponent of.
So he wasn't that doctor that healthier. It wasn't like we're gonna just put you on. He was just like, hey, he was more holistic.
He was realistic to the fact there are side effects to this stuff. So if you can do it a different way, that's going to be a lot better.
Well, no, yeah. Anytime I encountered with him, it was just like,
go to the bathroom real quick.
He goes, yeah. He goes, most of the time he was just like, hey, we're gonna maybe exercise, and this is gonna be the way to go, which is awesome because that's what you want, right? You want from a doctor. But nowadays, when you try to get a doctor, it's gonna take you six months maybe to get in to see a fucking new doctor, which is crazy because that's unrealistic in a sense. I feel like it's like, I don't know. Oh, here's my daughter dancing. But anyway, Tom went to the bathroom, and so he left me alone. That motherfucker. But yes. So, unpopular opinion: we need free healthcare, just like school. I think a lot of things that happen with schooling is people who were in college and had, like myself, we have to owe money for our college, which is whatever. But at the time, like when Biden was in, even though that guy was like a little weird, like these people, they weren't struggling because no one was paying them. But all of a sudden, Trump's like, hey, you guys got to pay this back or it's going to go against you and your credit. Like now everyone has to pay back. They have to do these things. And that's like, who's that helping? You know what I'm saying, Tom?
Hell yeah. I just had an Austin Powers pissed. Golly.
No, I was just saying like,
yeah.
I was kind of going to the fact that like when you get healthcare, like nowadays, our provider left. Now we have to get a new provider, which takes months to get, right?
Good luck getting in, about 6 months at least. Yep.
And then I was talking about schooling. The thing that was crazy is like, the thing with Biden was he was trying to like, get people to be forgive for student debt.
Right. Like we did for wealthy people under George W. Bush and Donald Trump.
Yeah. So the crazy thing is once Trump came in, he was like, no, we don't want to do that.
Yep.
Right. So it's like, the thing that I was just saying to the people before you came in was when we were doing that, it wasn't like no one was really paying their school debt at the time, right? Because of COVID and whatnot.
Yeah.
But were those companies struggling or were they hurting?
No.
Nothing. No one was hurting.
And they were still going to get paid. The point is, we were going to pay that back through our taxation. We were all going to share in the wealth.
That's what I'm saying.
You get a degree, and you make more money, and you raise your family. Who benefits? We all benefit.
So I just recently, and I'm talking, when I say recently, within this week, I had to pay $3,000 to
stay out of trouble because they're going to come at you.
Because they would come in, they would, what do they call it when they get money out of your tax?
They would garnish
my wages. Yeah. They were going to garnish my wages.
This is what I want everyone to understand.
I don't mean retarded in that way.
Gotta be careful with words, but I do know what you mean.
Yeah,
this is nonsensical.
All sensitive.
We are willing to bail out over and over and over again the super wealthy. We do it all the time.
We do it all the time.
But when it comes to the average person, we look at that like, why should I pay for you? Well, here's the deal. If we're all willing to do that, if I pay for you and you pay for me sometimes, and we live in a system where, we're
helping each other out,
and ultimately we're not taking from each other. We get what's owed to us by the people that keep their foot on us and are buying mega yachts so big that they're pulling down bridges and having them rebuilt.
Who needs
a $1 trillion? If you're an average person, why do you care about these people?
Exactly.
I don't want them to hurt. I don't want them to be destitute. I'm saying, can they have $1 billion? Do they need 22 billion? Do they need 200 billion? Like,
No.
I am not even joking.
No.
Some of our richest people, that's what they're making. That's not even what they have. That's what they're making. And like, how much is enough? We are never going to get there, guys. They keep acting like that's our dream and that's the American dream. No, the American dream is a white picket fence. And now apparently having a driveway, according to one young person.
No, the American dream, white picket fence.
The best thing I ever heard you said, you go, I just want being able to change my oil on time money.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Most American families, that's what they want. And I personally believe the Democratic Party is more behind that, in my opinion, based off of economic principles.
I want the Democratic Party.
I think the idea of saying I want to cut taxes sounds really good, because the feeling is I'm going to make money back. I'm going to get more power of my money, but we don't necessarily take into account what our taxes pay for.
But you know what's crazy? Is this whole tax cut and all Trump.
Who does it help?
I'm just saying, like, at the end of the year when I pay taxes, nothing's changed. I still owe the IRS a fucking shitload.
Not paying the taxes?
The rich.
The rich are not paying the taxes. This has been the national Republican policy.
I'm a middle class person.
Yes,
I don't make a lot. People. I make good money.
Yeah.
I make a 6-figure income.
We make good.
I make good money. But it's enough to provide my family of 5 with their.
You live the way a middle class family should.
Like I'm able to provide with what I need to, right?
Yeah. But do you feel secure?
But no, because if I was feeling secure, I would. If I had it my way, if I did with my salary, my wife wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. Because she doesn't want to work, and I don't blame her, and I would be okay with that, right?
If there was enough money,
if there was enough money for that to happen. She doesn't make a lot of money, right? She's not like, she just has a normal fucking minimum wage, maybe a little over minimum wage job, but
middle class people.
I need her to work, because if she doesn't, there's things that we can't pay for, because I can't pay for everything, because obviously they're fucking, charging us out the asshole.
Well, here's the funny thing to me too.
But if I had my way, I would love to tell my wife, and that my goal, and this is my goal that I'm shooting for, is to make enough where she doesn't have to work, where she can be home, because that's what she wants. She loves the idea of being a at-home mom, being at home wife, cooking, cleaning, like doing those things. That's what she wants. I know a lot of women out there nowadays aren't that thought, obviously.
That's right for them.
And they think, if a guy thinks that they're sexist. But my wife, like, I would love my wife to do that.
You're not saying you want that. You're saying you want that for her.
I want that for her. She would be so happy. I want her to be happy. I want her to have that. But the reality of everything is that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I can't afford her to be at home, because we have to pay for things. Yeah. Obviously, things are expensive these days because of taxes.
Well, and not only that,
so everything.
We don't
gas is $900.
We don't want to pay taxes, so we give this big tax cut, which goes to the wealthy. But we're going to pay tariffs, which are taxes on the everyday products that we buy.
Yeah.
So the middle class, again, is paying the tax. We're paying the tax through tariffs, which directly raises the prices of the goods we buy. I just want someone to explain to me why this is good.
Yeah.
Why what we're dealing with right now is better than what we had under Biden. I'm not saying he's my favorite president. I'm not saying he could talk his way out of a paper bag. I'm not saying that he wasn't losing his mind. All I'm arguing.
You know what? Let's go back to Obama and Bush, please. That's all I care about.
Obama was a great president.
I don't even care. I'd rather go back to those guys.
In my view, anyway.
I mean, did he deport a lot of people? He did. He did. People don't understand that. He did deport.
He did. And you know what? He deported the criminals that everyone agreed should be deported.
I know.
He didn't politicize it. He didn't make it a big point. Donald Trump makes it a point. This is the problem for Democrats.
Well, like I just said, like the whole Bad Bunny thing. Like, well, we're going to deport
this
people.
Is the thing.
It's like, come on, bro.
We're
going to deport
really
back to America.
At packaging a product. Republicans are really good. Build a wall. Build a wall is simple. It looks like a solution,
which I get,
and it's so easy to sell.
Which I get.
Building a wall is not going to solve the problem.
No, it isn't.
It's not going to do one goddamn thing to actually solve the issue.
But I get.
But build the wall. It encapsulates the entire feeling of a group of people into like, one simple phrase,
good.
And you can say
I feel protected,
and it's very clear. Democrats don't have that. Democrats have big. Maybe bold, maybe idealistic plans, but you can't make a plan sound like
this is what I think. I think this is the thing I don't like about politics in general. Why is there Democrats, Republicans? Right? It's stupid.
We just are stuck in a two-party system,
right? It's dumb to me, right? Because I don't always agree with everything a Democrat says, but I also don't agree with everything a Republican says, right? Mm-hmm. I don't agree with everything they both say,
right?
Because they're both. In the end of it, there's an agenda for them.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Does one maybe want more for the other? Maybe they want more for us than the other want for us. I don't know. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't like that idea of like, well, it's a Democrat thing. No, well, it's a Republican thing. Well, because to me, it's not.
It's a false narrative. In all honesty. In some cases, in some cases, it's a true policy stance. But no, I hear you.
It's
a lot of times, a D or an R next to the name is going to decide which way you fall.
Yeah,
now, I will say, I was more of an independent.
I think
until recent.
Even now, I don't agree with everything. Obviously, I don't agree with everything Trump says, obviously. But I also don't agree with everything the other side says.
Of course not. Yeah. And that's the thing, is we're still human beings.
And I think that's where the political party loses a lot of Americans, is they just assume one agrees with more than the other. Well, in reality is one, I feel like most Americans, there's not one. They might agree here, but they might. Okay, we might fall more Democratic than we do Republican. But if you guys did this, like, where's that party, right? But no one wants that party, right? That party that's going to be for the American people.
Yeah,
they want who's going to benefit them.
But here's the problem.
That's the annoying part.
The reason when we have a two-party system, and the reason our two-party system doesn't work better, is because you know who comes out and votes all the time?
The damn Americans. The damn whites.
Hopefully, the super engaged people, they're going to vote no matter what. You know who doesn't vote most of the time? Most Americans.
Yeah.
Voting turnout is horrific.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible.
I can't even say, because I didn't vote this last time.
If it's not for the presidential election, always has a higher turnout. Outside of that, I mean, the percentages are pretty dismal. I don't remember off the top of my head what they are. But your average election is going to be pretty horrible.
Oh, I did vote, but the guy I voted for didn't that's the thing.
They get 6% of the vote, or
it's
whatever.
Like who cares? I voted for Budapest.
Buttigieg.
Oh, Buttigieg.
Yeah. And here's the deal: is Budapest. I voted for good old Budapest. And we have a winner-take-all system, and we have a system. Are we pretty deep?
Yeah, we're about a minute 50 in almost.
Okay, and
a minute 50,
we're gonna roll it out here really soon. But just my last.
We're just going though.
We've got a system where winner takes all, and it's an electoral college system.
Which is good.
It makes zero. Is it?
Well, I don't know if it's good.
I don't know.
Well, no, it's kind of dumb, because you got to think about it. So, like, when the state of Washington votes, they're going off of the state, right? Mm-hmm. What city holds the most votes?
Mm-hmm. Seattle.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's red or blue.
Entire state.
So the whole state's going to be blue, because Seattle's
those red votes go away.
Yeah, exactly.
Texas is a red state. Same thing happens.
Yeah,
all those blue votes go away.
Exactly.
Do you know that in the last several elections,
which is kind of fucking dumb,
the popular vote has only won like one time in the last, since like 2000.
See, and I think the college electoral vote's retarded.
It used to be set up where back in the old days.
What's the point of it? That's what I don't understand.
In the original days where it was very difficult to get information out to people, and like literally horses were carrying
now,
information.
Though, do we still keep
now
it?
Because it's just the system, and
It's just how
honestly,
it is.
it empowers certain pieces of the political machine. Right? If I know how to calculate and tabulate where I need votes in order to maximize that, for example, right now, they know before an election starts, these are the states I have to hit and why I have to hit them. These are the states that are already in our blue column. These are the states already in our red column. I don't need to go there. These are the states that are toss-up states. They could go either way.
Right.
I got to go there, right? This is a state that, I'm not going to go to one time. Hillary Clinton, the biggest issue she had, she didn't go to the Rust Belt. She didn't go to Michigan. She didn't go to Wisconsin. She didn't go one freaking time. And at least
she thought she was going to win.
Because she underestimated it.
Yeah.
They considered it in the bag. And guess what? James Carville, I love the guy. He does a podcast that I think is great, Political War Room. And he says all the time, it's about winning.
Yeah.
It's about winning. That's what matters. Winning. Because if you win an election, you have a seat at the table and you can actually make policy change. If you don't win, it doesn't freaking matter. Right or wrong or whatever. If you don't win, you're not going to get an agenda done.
Yeah.
And Trump's great at that. I will give the guy credit. I don't like him, but he is good at winning.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I could not believe after January 6th.
I'm the best winner.
Look, frankly, after January 6th, I thought there's no way we'll bring him back. There is no way in hell
Is that crazy?
that we would ever allow him to come back. We watched it.
I'm the best.
I heard people in Congress say, this is a bridge too far. I can't do this. I'm done. Lindsey Graham, I think it was, said that on the Senate floor. And the next week, it was like, nope, okay, we got to be careful. We knew it was wrong. We knew it was wrong. People I talked to personally knew this is crazy. This has to stop.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we're back in a position where that is now acceptable.
That's crazy, huh?
I just don't get it. Would you be okay if the other guy did it? That's the problem. Anything that we normalize in this country, somebody else now is going to do. I don't want to live in a system where that's normal.
I feel like America's going down.
America's not in a good place. I'll tell you that.
No, I agree. I don't know. It's just crazy how things work here.
And I appreciate the fact that you're not so political, because I recognize
hate being political.
that my politics, my view is strong, and it does cloud my judgment. I can't be completely impartial.
I don't
because
feel like
I have a viewpoint.
Yeah, I'm not like Tom said. I'm not very political, but I understand.
It doesn't mean that you're not knowledgeable. You
No,
just
I
are
don't understand. Yeah,
political.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not political, but I also get. Like I said, there was a time I really understood where Trump was coming from, in his first term anyway. The second term, okay, like what are you trying to accomplish? Like I don't understand.
You saw the cultural shift.
Yeah.
Before
for sure.
he made more sense to a lot of people because there was a sense.
Even I didn't. So I understood why he won. Mm-hmm. I did. But even later on, it was like, okay, there's things I didn't mind. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. There's things I was okay, I can understand that. Mm-hmm. And okay, the media. I think a lot of times, I think one thing that I will say is the media is very, they're very good about showing you what's not the good things, right?
Mm-hmm. Sensationalizing certain aspects of things, and
like maybe there's things Trump's done that we don't know about because the media only covers the things he's terrible about, which is like, so we know Trump, if he shits, like, oh, Trump just took a shit in the wrong toilet, like, right, like everyone knows that. We don't know, he helped this community out, or he did this because he helped the black community out a lot last term, right? Mm-hmm. No one knew that, right? Like there's things, like I'm saying, there's things that the media hides because obviously they want to project certain things, and I get that, whatever. But some of the stuff I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, why the fuck are you guys doing this, motherfuckers?
I completely understand Americans feeling like the system's not working anymore.
And I feel like even now the system's not working
It's
anymore.
not. But the problem is a billionaire is not the guy that's going to fix the system. A billionaire is rigging the system.
I don't think even next term, I really still have, I don't know who's going to, I don't think our shit's going to be fixed for years, really.
It's not.
Years.
We're too far down the road,
years.
and our politicians won't fix problems because the border is a perfect example. You know, Biden proposed legislation that was Republican legislation to fix the border, and Trump said, "Don't do it because I want to win."
Because
and
I hate Biden, right?
He wanted to win. He knew if we solve the border, I lose my talking point. He called them and said, "Don't do it."
Well, I don't know. All I know is like
it's a fact. You can look it up. That's what happened.
Yeah,
that's the point, though. Is our politicians on both sides fundamentally do not want to solve problems.
They don't,
and they don't want to solve problems because what gets them money to get reelected?
Nothing.
Talking about those problems and promising to fix them,
and then when they fix them, nothing. Because even Biden at the time, like, we're gonna help out people who owe money to colleges.
Well, he legitimately wanted to do that. Who blocked it?
He did, but then like it ended up getting blocked before Trump.
But it was the Republicans in Congress.
Yeah, well, because I don't know. But all I know is just like, come on, man.
Believe in that.
Like, they don't believe.
Stupid. And I understand it. Look,
what's the point, though? Why don't they believe in it?
True, small government Republicans. But I understand. You know what I don't understand
is their kids, right? They'd be okay with them getting free.
This is the ultimate problem I have with the modern party. People,
like, that's so stupid.
This is my big issue with the Republican Party of today. They were about freedom in your life, but they were anti-gay marriage. They were about small, limited government staying out of your life. Again, they're anti-gay marriage, but they're all for this small government, but unless it's doing what they want, but not what they don't want, right? Even if other Americans want it, and a majority of other Americans want it, like say healthcare, for example, right? You want to have subsidized healthcare so that you're not paying as much, or you want anything. If it takes taxes or government, they always argued the states, power to the states, power to the states. They wanted federal power to be limited and state power to be expanded. Now that Trump's using federal powers, they want federal powers expanded. They don't want to worry about state powers, right? You kind of lose credibility when you can't stand straight on an issue, especially one of that major importance. And again, there was the log cabin Republicans were the guys that were pro-gay. They took a social stance that actually matched their political view, their open political view. I respect that. I respect the old school Republicans who, like, even the Rand Paul, I think.
I love Rand Paul.
Know, I don't, because I don't see eye to eye with him, but I at least respect the fact that overall he's principled.
Exactly.
He
That's what I love about
principle. He's about the only person with an R by his name that I can say.
Was it Rand and his dad?
Ryan, or no, what was it?
What's his dad's name?
Ron Paul.
I liked both of them because of how they stood for something.
They did. I don't agree with what they stood for, but I at least can respect the fact that they stand for something. I can respect the fact that Trump wins a lot. I can respect that. No. I wish he didn't, because I really don't know what it means for our country. The biggest lie, this whole Project 2025 thing that he tried to distance himself from, and he is doing to a T everything that 2025 talks about. And it's really...
Is that why the government's on a shutdown?
It's going to gut the shit out of us. Well, they failed to pass a resolution to continue paying
because DOE, where I work, I'm contracted through the
actual DOE is done for now. Unless it's an essential.
No, it's a government shutdown, right? Mm-hmm. There's employees they can't come to work because there's a government shutdown.
They're not essential. There are certain people that still show up.
And now there's a chance that if this goes longer, that I can lose my job.
You could.
Right? No, I'm not even joking. Like in 2 weeks, I can lose my job.
I'm telling you, I know this.
That's crazy. This is for something so stupid, because you need your fucking energy, you dumb pieces of shit.
This is the argument now, and I admit I am on one side of this issue. I'll let you guess which one. So I'm not going to talk like I'm right, but I want you to think about this.
It's so stupid.
So the Republicans' argument is, and I'm going to lay it out as fairly as I can, they stated, we wanted to pass a resolution to fund the government, and that's it. And Democrats said, we want a resolution to fund the government, and we want to extend Obamacare subsidies to prevent healthcare costs from going up astronomically on other Americans.
Okay, I agree.
Okay, all right. So that's more where I align too.
Yeah.
The Republican counter argument to that is, but we're agreeing to fund the government. We can do that later. Okay.
Fund the government later.
We can fund the government now, and we can talk about healthcare later.
Oh.
That's their argument. I see the logic there.
Yeah, okay.
Democratic counter argument is we have no power. We're the ones talking about healthcare, and this is the only power we have. And if we don't do it now, you're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
You're going to tell us you're going to do it. We're going to agree to fund the government. And then we're never going to be able to stop this for 2 years or a year.
Yeah, until
another year.
Until the next election.
I tend to agree with that because I haven't seen the Republicans be willing to spend any money for normal people. I don't think they worry about average people dying personally.
No, I don't even think it's about dying. I just don't think they care about money.
I kind of agree. I think they care about wealthier people making more money.
Yeah, I don't think they...
And I know that there are some Democrats the same. Look, I can talk about a laundry list of Democrats who take corporate money and that definitely have issues. I just think on a moral high ground at this
now, do I think the government shutdown for where I work is going to last? No, I don't.
No, I don't think ultimately the political pressure for both sides is going to be pretty fucking high. So my point is,
I guess this isn't the first or last time this has happened where I work.
The last 2 times were under Trump. The last time he was president.
Well, even before that, I guess
it happens. It happens.
I guess this is the government shutdown things happened even before Trump.
It has. It has.
And there's only been one time that I guess we've gone into what they call furlough.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember exactly when. I know that it happened under, I think, Clinton. And it didn't work out well.
So I'm like, I just remember I sent a message like, wow, this is my first fucking government shutdown. I'm so excited. Which I'm not, because I don't want to lose my fucking job, bro.
Hang tight. And I don't think you will.
I don't think I will.
The pressure's going to mount pretty quickly. We're only 3 days in.
Yeah,
and they're going to meet again. Why they can't meet over the weekend?
No, you know why though? Because the fiscal year for us ended on the 30th.
No, right, exactly. That's why
the government shut down.
That's it. They had to get a continuing resolution to fund the government, and they couldn't agree to it. But my question now is, it's that important. And my knowledge is they're coming back to it Monday.
You know what you do?
Keep fucking working. You don't leave the room till you have an agreement.
No, this is what you do. DOE. This is what you guys do. Department of Energy. Just shut their shit off. Oh, what happened? Oh, well, you shut us down. You said you don't need us. Oh, all of a sudden we don't have energy. Why is my internet out? Oh, well, there you go.
When we shut the government down, do they lose their health care and their money? No. Does their money get frozen?
Hell no.
My question is, why is Congress voting on Congress's own pay increases and Congress's own health care?
Because they want more money.
Because here's the deal. Like, honestly, couldn't the American people decide if they deserve a raise or not?
That's the problem, though. Because if we decide, it's an issue, right?
Well, they're not going to get it, most likely. And I understand that being a problem, but why are you dictating it for us?
But what kind of fucking raise are they giving themselves? A stupid amount.
Lifetime health care. So
how much raise are you going to give yourself?
They're good enough for public health care, but we're not.
If you were going to give yourself health care and benefits,
what are you going to give myself the best? The best, the shittiest or the best? I'm giving myself the best.
I'm going to get the best. I want the best. I want the greatest.
It's going to be the best health care. It's going to be the gold health care card. It's going to be the Trump health care card. It's going to be the best.
I know.
Your ticker goes out, they'll give you a new one. It's incredible.
Yeah, they'll give you 3. Yeah, you'll get 3 hearts.
RFK said we can't use the fake hearts. We're going to have to pull real ones out of deported people.
Dude, you know what? All political shit aside, I can't wait to go to New York.
Oh, for sure, dude. Let's change topics here.
I just got my my actual what is it, enhanced license?
Yeah. Does it look cool?
No. No. You know what I told Elena? Because it was before we went to the gym. I go, hey, can you grab the mail? She's like, all right. She gets out of the car. She grabs the mail. And I was like, ooh, my license is here.
Uh-huh.
I don't got the paper. Let me look at it. And I already knew the picture was going to be like, meh. Because I already knew I looked meh.
Okay.
Alicia loved my last one. Uh-huh. I look like a little bad boy. Like, she loved, like it gets her moisty, looking at it. She loves it. And so Elena gives me my fucking new license, and I look at her and I go, oh my God. She's like, what? I was like, I look like they're going to put me on a domestic terrorism list. Like I look like
you're like a shock terrorist.
I look like Osama's son right now. I don't look. I'm gonna get pulled aside.
Oh, you're a bad boy. You're a bad boy.
Every time they're gonna pull me aside, like, hey, we need to fucking anal search you real quick. Lord. I'm gonna get fucking fingered every time I go through the fucking security. I swear to God, I bet you at least 3 to 4 fingers are going in my ass.
You remember that story you told about the racist cop that looked at your ID and said, Smith, I think they're going to say another one now.
Oh, they're going to say, oh, your name's not Ahmed Osama? You're like, no, it's not. It's Barber. So are you sure it's not Barbosa Barritas?
Does the rest, like, does the actual imagery?
It looks like a fucking normal license.
It's the same license. It just has like an enhanced chip inside or something.
No, it just looks a little different.
I thought it would look like the American flag and like all the weird random crap that you would have.
It looks normal. I'll show you it later.
That's a bummer.
Just the picture. I had to retake my picture, and so that retake, I just look very.
Don't you hate that?
I just look like
Shouldn't
a terrorist.
They take a number of them, and be like, which one do you like?
Oh. I wish, bro, because as soon as I took it, I smiled. But I
use AI to fix the people.
Dude, I wish I would have known because I would have shaved my beard down a little bit because it looked a little bushy. Look, dude, bro, I look like I'm gonna have SEAL Team 6 come after me tomorrow.
Should have worn the white hat with the thing around.
I got a turban.
Where's my biggest hat? Oops.
Durka.
God, I need to watch that movie again. I know it's like not.
It's so gonna be.
It's not
good.
Updated for like.
You know what movie I want to watch again because I've been seeing so many clips about it is Tropic Thunder.
Oh God.
So I watched these these guys react to African American gentlemen. They were reacting to Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, yeah.
And they they were cracking up because they loved him.
Oh yeah.
And they were just like, oh my God, this is one of my favorite lines, and they would laugh and whatever. And so like later on, I'm like scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, one of those. And so one of the videos is it is Robert Downey Jr. in full makeup. And this is not part of the movie. He's still in character, and he's like doing something to one of the characters who's for some reason getting like bathwater poured on him.
Okay. He's probably getting tortured. Like,
it was so funny, the interaction that he's having, because he's still in character. It was hilarious. But it just makes, like, I've been seeing all these little clips. It just makes you want to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Jack Black as the drug addict in that movie. I don't think I've ever laughed that hard. Where he's on the, like tying to the tree.
Don't do it. Suck it.
Yeah. What I want to say, no matter what I do, don't let me go. I need some heroin. I'll suck your dick. Instantly. Like 2 seconds, like they're literally tying him up. I'll do anything. Let me go.
It's so funny. I can't. I want to watch it again.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I've been watching. Obviously, I watch Supernatural like very religiously. So I've been. But the funny thing is, I've been seeing a lot of like behind the scenes stuff on it and bloopers. Oh my God.
A lot of nut shots in those guys.
Well, that and just like that show itself, it must have been so hard to film because Sam Jared Padalecki. He seems to be the most funniest one out of all of them.
This is so weird because he's like a little more straight.
He's like the straight one, serious, a little more serious. He's very analytical. Like he's always trying to figure things, what the issue is. But he is probably the biggest, I feel like, jokester. He's always fucking with people, or he's always like, cracking stuff up. But it's funny because I was watching this one video that just happened to come, and they were like all these different actors were talking about how much they love him, how much if there was someone that their favorite person, it was like him, and it was people who weren't even on the show. We're talking people who've worked with him maybe in the past. They're like, oh, Jared Padalecki, oh, he's amazing. He's so awesome. He's so funny. He's such a great person.
He seems like a genuinely good guy.
Yeah, no, that's what they were saying. Like he is who he is. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
What's so wild watching that show is like Dean, I felt like, even looking back, he doesn't look too different from beginning to end.
No, he looks the same.
Sam looks like a freaking baby.
And then
like an old man. Like he ages so much through the course of that show.
I'm telling you, he does. Dean looks the same.
He looks pretty much
Jensen
the exact
Ackles
same.
looks the same.
Yeah.
But like some of his characters, I was just watching one the other day, and I was just, he's so funny. I was telling Lisa, I was like, you know what? Like, it's funny because this show, like, I'll catch things now that I watched it so many times. I'm like, honestly, he's probably the biggest nerd on like at character wise. Like he's quoting stuff from like Star Trek and stuff. And then people are looking.
He's like a secret nerd. Yeah.
He's like, everyone's looking at him. He's like, oh my god, you guys. You know what? You guys are hopeless. Like, and he goes on and explains something or whatever. But you just see this side of him, and you're just like,
dude.
But that's who honestly, that's who I relate with more because he's very much going back to what we were talking about in the very beginning of the podcast. He's very hard on himself.
Yeah.
He's very, he thinks he thinks like I do. Like there's times where he thinks he's garbage or he thinks he's.
Do you think we could pull off a funny Sam and Dean for Halloween?
Hell yes.
That'd be
fun.
Fun.
Like I'm a little more beardy, but
me too, and I will not shave.
No. There's a season where Sam has a beard.
Okay. Right,
yeah, he has a beard. I look more like Dean when he was in The Boys, because he has a beard in that Boys. But Sam's going to be in The Boys. Actually, Sam's going to be in the news coming in the season 5. Him and Cass, Misha Collins.
Yeah. So,
which is awesome.
Still, I think the funniest episode I saw was the stuffed bear, the living stuffed bear.
That was great. So I was telling Elaine about this because so my daughter, our daughter, she's gotten really into like film and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so one of my most favorite episodes, honestly, is there is this episode where the whole thing is shot from the inside of their car. They call her name's Baby. Mm-hmm. And so she's pretty much a character in the show. If for those who don't know, it's like she's like Knight Rider in a sense, right? She's like a car like that where she's involved.
She's an iconic piece of the story.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, but this whole episode is shot in the POV of that car. You don't see anything outside of that car. Like fight scenes, anything is shot from inside the car. So anything that's happening outside of the car, you see it, but almost in the windshield.
It's personifying the car itself.
Yeah, it is one of the coolest episodes I've seen. I love that episode. It's
an interesting idea. Right?
It's just it's just something about it. Just really, I loved it. And then there's other episodes obviously I love, like they're like Scooby-Doo episode and like
the comedic ones. Yeah.
Oh, dude,
that's like they
have such good shows. So I love that show.
The intro to The Sopranos, it's funny because I've always loved it.
Yeah.
And I love it because it tells such a story.
Yeah.
Like it tells you everything you need to know without seeing the show. Mm-hmm. You see New York in the background. You see Tony driving on the interstate. Like he stops by, he's Jersey because he's pulling the tab. He's driving by all these little town things in Jersey.
Dude, I want to go and check that out.
You got to fucking go. And you got to take some pictures at the Sopranos places and be like, yay for me. Dude, we got to go to Jersey someday together, bro.
That'd be so dope.
I want to go back to Sammy the Bull stomping grounds.
Do you think Sammy the Bull lives in Jersey or is he in Arizona?
No, he's in Arizona, I think. But we got to go check out the Rampers. I think we could do some real work with the Rampers.
Were they in Brooklyn or where were they?
I think Brooklyn, yeah.
Oh, no, I might go to Brooklyn.
I think, yeah, bro.
One of the gals that
you gotta go check
works at the
Brooklyn.
gym or works at the gym, goes to the gym. One of my
one of your girlfriends,
according to Alicia, right?
Call them the gym brats.
She just got back from New York.
Nice.
So she was there yesterday. So I was talking to her and she was like, "Oh, it's awesome."
Did she come back with an accent? I feel like it's like Madonna.
She sounded like Tony Soprano.
Jesus Christ. Could you lift the fucking thing? Come on,
all out, everyone.
Jeez, everybody, I told you to lift the fucking weights.
She was actually said she was going to go to an Orange Theory there.
That's so crazy.
But she had to pay another $20.
Of course she did. For the New York City Orange Theory.
Well, because they're more expensive, I guess.
Do they call it Apple Theory there? Right?
I don't know.
Big Apple? Big Apple
can't be
theory?
orange, bro.
Right? It can't be orange.
But still want to try one out because you know why? I want to know if they have a fucking New York accent. If I work out,
all right, everybody, what's up? We're gonna work out today.
yeah,
we're gonna get a piece of fucking pizza after. Yeah, I hope you're ready to rock.
How dope would that be?
Right, fucking Paulie with his hair slicked back.
Jesus,
hey,
look at this guy over here, man.
You're just running like you just coming out of your shoes.
On. They got fucking tracksuits on. So great gold chains around their neck. Yay, Jesus. Got the pinky rings and gold watches.
Dude, come on, get on the treadmill. You can run faster than that.
You know, you got to be better than this.
Come on, everybody. You can run so much better. I'm such a good runner. Nobody runs better than me.
Yeah. How sick would that be, though? Dude, I would work out so hard.
Donald J. Trump, Orange Theory Gym.
No, even a Tony Soprano type
Tony
dude, bro.
Soprano. Jesus Christ. He sits there and eats sandwiches while you're running.
Run fucking faster.
Hey, we're going it all out. Come on. You know, 3% on that incline.
Jesus fucking Christ, I said all out.
That's what I want.
What are you doing walking?
So low key, I'm still tempted to pay $21 just because I want someone who has
worth it. But you got to secretly record the audio.
But I want them to have that accent because I would be kind of upset if I pay $20 and they're like, my name is Susan. Yeah. I'm from Spokane. And I'm like, oh, I'm out.
Money back.
Yeah. I'm out.
Straight from Kennewick, Washington. My name's Sally, and I'm your coach.
I'd be so angry.
What's up, Orange Theory? My name's Susan, and I came from Washington.
Dude, I'd be so pissed off. Yeah. Dude, if you're not from fucking...
No. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I need
Tony Soprano or something.
I need Joey or someone.
Yeah, Joey. It's got to be Joey.
Yeah.
We got Joey. We got Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie. Hey, you know, we're going to work out hard.
Frankie the ball breaker's over here.
Yeah. You know, we're going to go all out on these treadmills tonight. You know, we got to do this.
They call him Jesse Cheetah. He's a fucking runner over here.
Yeah, who's this guy think he is? Yeah. Who does this guy think he is?
This guy. He runs away from the
betting on me? Shoot, I want that.
Yeah, the cops can't even catch this guy.
I want fucking money put on me.
Oh, right.
Like, treadmill number 7. Let's go.
Sitting back there with cigarettes.
Yeah, put $28 on that guy.
He knows what he's doing.
We're running the numbers, guys. Everybody shut the fuck up. It's starting.
Yeah. You better run 20 miles today, you know. You better get that 3.5.
All out. Here we go, Jesse. You fucking cheater, yeah.
I know. I need it.
Putting money on you, I got a hit out on you because he didn't win.
I know.
Ah, shit.
I wasn't trying to be.
Tony's gonna kill me.
The only way it leaves because I got a hit on me. Like, dude, that's kind of dope.
Guy in the corner bro. With a fucking cigar.
How dope would that be? There was a hit on me,
dude. You have to leave New York because of a hit.
Dude, that would suck. But it would be kind of cool though.
Kind of neat.
If I die,
it'd be worth it
because I got hit.
That's a freaking story right there.
I'd rather be assassinated like that way by like a mobster than like a heart attack.
Story about
like a heart attack. Yeah. I don't want to die of a heart attack. Right? I'd rather fucking, like Joey or Frankie come out and they whack me.
Do you remember the Sammy the Bull story where he talked about the guy that he had to kidnap?
Oh,
at the golf course.
That he ended up liking.
He ended up having a ton of respect for the guy.
Yeah.
And at the end, he's like, hey, Sammy, would you take my shoes? Because I told my wife I wouldn't get my shoes dirty.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, walk out in the fucking bush.
Like, he didn't even like that he had to do that.
And he just pops him in the head. The guy was like, he went out a gentleman. He's like, yeah, Sammy, just take my fucking shoes, huh?
Isn't that crazy?
Do this for me.
Dude, take my chonies.
Hey, take my chonies. I told my wife, you'll know that I ain't going to get my underpants dirty, you know?
Yeah, ain't going to be no doodle stains.
I'm sitting here, I'm shitting myself. And I told my wife I was going to have to clean chonies. Come on. I'll give you a pair of my chonies.
He wasn't with my underwear, bro.
Sammy Bull, if you're listening, I don't mean any disrespect. We're just having fun.
Dude, I would love to talk to Sammy Bull.
No, but what a man among men, though. I mean, I'm talking like, this guy is just like...
I have a lot of respect for him,
you're going to get shot in the back of the head, and you're just like... All right, I'm not going to fight you. And even he told Sammy, look, I get what you're doing. Look it up on Sammy the Bull's story, but he's like, you got to cover the windows, guys. Someone's going to drive by and see me in here. They're going to call the police. man among men, I'd be like, hello. Jeez,
hey, I'm
no
in here.
respect at all back here. Geez.
I'd be pounding on the windows and shit.
Help me. The one guy, he's
I'd
like,
be pissing on him and shit.
they didn't even hold him when that one guy was like walking outside. He's like, I'm not going to say shit. And he goes, Sammy, if they find me, you kill me first, and then you take them out.
That's crazy.
I mean, like, you're that willing to go?
This is the cool thing about the mob that I've always, there's like a respect.
There is.
There's a level
At
of.
least in the movies.
Well, even with listening to Sammy Bull's podcast, like there's this level of respect,
honor, right?
honor. Yeah. There's just something about
the rules
it. Even
meant something.
Even
right?
the people who knew they were going to die, they had this level of honor that they knew they needed to uphold.
Almost like the samurai, right?
It is. I
like
love
the willingness to die by the sword.
Yeah,
you know?
I genuinely really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Fact, because it's just like they stood for something.
So one thing I kind of miss.
What do people stand for nowadays? They don't stand that way. Right?
We don't stand for anything anymore.
I can respect someone who is maybe they're a gangster and they're doing what they're doing, and maybe it's not the greatest thing, but they there's something they stood for. Mm-hmm. There's a level of respect where they're like, no, I want to be taken. Yeah. Here's my shoes. Take these to my wife. I told her this is what's going to happen.
My wife, my shoes.
Hey, you know what? Dirty. Cover these windows.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Like I'm gonna go out. I want to go out like this.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out like a man.
But like, you don't have that now, right? You don't have that level of just like discipline and respect.
Yeah, in fact, The Sopranos really talked about that. The very first episode, Tony's kind of saying that, like, I feel like I came at the end, like the best is behind us, and it's all downhill.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he says like guys are going to do 30 years of life getting pinched for selling drugs. They're not going to go to prison their whole life. They're flip on us.
Yeah,
you know. And that's the thing. The old guys would have.
Dude, and you know in that stupid show that I was just talking about, Gossip Girls, there's a
bad boy.
No, there's this girl. She's the 16-year-old bitch. Uh-huh. She's fucking selling drugs and shit. Oh, yeah. She's like a drug. Mind you, the parents find out she's fucking selling drugs. And what do? You're grounded.
So they're probably pharmaceutical executives. So like,
well, they're pharmaceutical drugs they're selling, right?
Dear, did you get in mommy's drug drawer again?
Well, no, there's a scene where like the dad or the dad who seems cool, you know, he's not cool where he's like, I'm a cool dad, but he seems like the most like
good parent,
good like character. There's another character named Chuck he's kind of an asshole, but like
in a good way.
I like his character because he is who he is.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
He hasn't changed who he is since anytime I've ever watched it.
The character.
I've watched this show off and on since Alicia started at season 1. She's on season 3. This guy has been the way he was. Even when he was in his high school days, right? He's been the same. And so I'm like, I kind of like him, right? Mm-hmm. And I asked Alicia, like, who's your favorite character? And she mentioned him. I was like, me too. Yeah, I really like him. Like he's a good character. Like he plays it well. You know who's one of the fucking people in Gossip Girls? Have you seen The Boys?
Yeah.
You know The Deep? Mm-hmm. The guy that like wants to fuck dolphins and has his girlfriend that's is like a fucking squid or something. Uh-huh. He is one of the main characters in that show.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
He's one of the he plays this character named Nate Archibald.
Because he looks like he's the one that kind of looks like the Aquaman, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in that show.
Wow. I'll be damned.
He's in Gossip Girls. He's one of the
so
main
funny
characters.
I can see his face so clearly now.
Yeah, when I see him, I was like, who is that guy? So I look him up, and I'm like, The Deep.
He played the grandpa on that show, I think.
I was like,
right?
he's The Deep. Holy shit, dude. He wants to fuck dolphins.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But no, it's a cool show.
Yeah, man. You were just talking about a show you watch a lot. Every year this time of year, I watch Midnight Mass again. God, I love that show.
See, I haven't watched it.
Oh, my God.
Never.
Dude.
Ever.
It's one of those things, like you said, like every time you watch it, it's just like there's little things that stand out to you different. Like maybe you got it last time, but it just like hits you again.
Well, no, yeah. See, Supernatural. I was watching an episode, and I've seen Supernatural countless times. Mm-hmm. It's 15 seasons. I've seen all 15 seasons probably 10 times.
For those of you that haven't watched the show, these are not short seasons either.
Like, no, we're talking 20 plus episodes.
Size seasons.
We're talking 20 to 23
each episode's like an hour long, right? Like they're
they are
pretty good length.
And I'm not saying I've watched every episode like in
Deeply,
depth
sure,
every time. Like, no, I put it on. I get about 3 to 4 in, maybe 3. I put about 90 minutes in, because like I'll put my timer on, whatever. But I've seen the show enough where there's an episode I haven't not seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's coming before.
But there's episodes that I've seen multiple times that I just love, and they just crack me up. Like, they're so good, right? Just like, I might have seen it 20 times, but I'll watch it like I haven't seen it before. So there's this scene that I've watched, and I've watched this episode multiple times. It's called Yellow Fever. It's on season fucking 4, maybe. I can't remember. Well, anyway, the premise is Dean gets this ghost fever, in a sense, where he's like afraid. He gets afraid of things.
I think I saw that one. Yep.
And it to me, it's one of the funniest episodes. So he's like, they go to this sawmill, and they go to the trunk, and they go to pull out their weapons. Sam hands him a gun. He's like, oh no. And Sam's like, what? He's like, that thing might go off. And Sam's like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, that scares me. No. I'm like, no, I'll man the flashlight. And he holds it like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. So he's walking around, and he's fucking using the flashlight, and they go to this fucking locker, and they hear this noise, and they go to open it. And when they open it, there's a fucking cat in there. But when they open it, Dean, the character Dean, screams. So like, he has this scream like he's so afraid. And I've seen this episode a million times, and I still fucking laugh so hard because it's so fucking funny. He's like, oh! You know, he screams like death, like he's deathly afraid, and he's like, oh, that's scary. Right, and it makes me laugh. So, as many times I've seen this episode, one of the things I didn't notice was there's a scene where they're kind of investigating, and Dean has that flashlight, and he scrolls up, and he's kind of flashing this flashlight past Sam, who's backs to him, right? It's actually, if I'm looking at Tom and looking behind him, and he's kind of frozen, Dean is, and he's like, and then Sam's like, oh shit. And he looks, and the ghost is right there, kind of sitting in the corner. This big guy, right? Kind of who they're kind of looking for. And then the camera pans, and then you just all of a sudden, all you see is the door kind of flapping, and Dean's like, he's gone already. And I never noticed that.
Never really paid attention.
I never paid attention to that. Yeah. But when I seen that, I laughed so fucking hard. I was like, so the funny thing about that episode that day, and this was like a couple days ago, or like last week, is I had fallen asleep. I woke up, I seen that episode, and so I'm like half asleep watching. And I'm like, and then that part comes on, and I crack up, and I'm like, holy fuck, I've never really paid attention to that part.
Isn't it so wild?
Like, I've seen this episode, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And it was so...
There was something...
It added so much to that scene, dude.
Night I was watching, and it was the same type of thing. And I wish I could remember what it was, but it was this thing where I'm like, I know that I caught this before.
Yeah.
But it is such a perfect thing to put here. Like, because that storyline is like, there's a lot of layers to it. And if you really pay attention, like, there's a very spiritual side of it. There's a lot of commentary on just society and all this stuff. Oh yeah, we're deep, bro.
Okay, go ahead, keep going.
You know, it's just like, yeah, this one event happens, and like, golly, like I don't think I remember that line or whatever.
Isn't that crazy though?
Man, that is such a perfect thing to bring up right now in the mix of what's going to happen. And there's something when you know what's going to happen next, you see it so differently.
Yeah. That's kind of like,
it's not so brand new. And yeah.
So that's what, like, for that scene, like I seen him scared, and I see him run, and obviously it's hilarious. And then he's at his car, and he's fucking, so before he gets the gun, and they're like, okay, Sam's like, okay, we're going to go in here. All of a sudden he's like, all right. If we got to, you know. And then all of a sudden you see him fucking chugging this fifth of fucking whiskey.
To get the courage.
Yeah. And then obviously you see him run off after all that happens, right? You see him run off, and you laugh. And then Sam kind of runs off because like he doesn't have what he needs to fight off the ghost at the time. And then when he gets back to the car, there's Dean fucking again. Like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm so scared right now. But it was so funny. And then there's another episode where Dean loses his memory. Where he, like, has something. I don't know what season that is. But the cool thing is about that was I never think about the acting in some of these shows. Like, it's a good show. I love the show. The acting's good for the most part, right? But sometimes you look past how well some of these actors actually do their job, right? You take it for granted.
Yeah, they're just the character. You get lost in the story. Whatever. You don't really.
But then I'm like looking. I'm like, dude, he played this scene so well. Like he's looking in the mirror and he's like, I'm Dean Winchester. I'm Dean Winchester. My father's this. My mom's this person. My brother is this person.
Trying to remember, like
just keeping that remember. And then he's like, my name is. And then like he slowly starts forgetting as he's doing this whole scene. And there's this like emotional aspect of the way he does it that like it gets to you, like where you're just like, oh fuck, because he does it so well. Like he starts tearing up because he's like, my name is, and then he kind of pauses. My name is, and then it kind of cuts. The scene cuts, and you're just like, fuck, dude, that's deep. You know, like it's crazy.
Well, that's the good acting, like you said. So the main. I guess you'd say the main character in Midnight Mass. So the very first thing you see, it's not really a spoiler because you learn it right away. Yeah. This main character, Riley, I'm pretty sure he's the main character. He starts on him.
I got to watch that show.
Oh, God, it's so good. I mean, I don't know if you'll like it as much as I do. It's one of those things, like, it's definitely up my alley. I just love the depth of the storyline and all the stuff. And it's like supernatural in its context, but if you really pay attention, it's so much more than just that.
Yeah.
Well, he kills this girl in the drunk driving incident. Okay. Right. And basically everything that comes after, this is a big part of that, at least for his storyline, obviously.
For that arc.
He plays the character of someone dealing with the stress and the emotions. Okay, I know. I'm getting told it's time to go.
Punk is still here.
The emotions of having killed somebody. Yeah. Like, not intentionally, but obviously like his fault. No, she's wanting me to go. So I'll finish this quick. But the emotion in his face at any moment, the way he holds his body, that feeling of like, I'm not okay and I'll probably never be okay, is so incredible. To project that out and to know exactly that, like to so easily, like you said, forget the person acting and just see the character.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember the thing that got me was this dream sequence he always has. It comes up numerous times in different ways, and I didn't ever remember seeing the significance of that until later.
Isn't that crazy?
And I mean, it's just wild how all of a sudden something will click with you. Like, oh my God, like how many times did I not pay attention to that?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's so wild.
I'll see stuff like that where I'm just like, oh, okay. I see where he came from.
Yes.
Oh, I can see why this was this way. I get it.
And I'm really looking forward. I'm going to watch Ed Gein hopefully tonight. That's coming out on Netflix. That guy was a creep. The guy that Buffalo Bill on, that's Buffalo, based on Ed Gein.
Put the lotion on your skin, right?
Yeah, this guy legit made furniture out of people.
That's crazy.
And
that's a real
made
person.
A woman mask.
Right, he's a real person. Right?
Oh yeah. So they did what they did with Jeffrey Dahmer. They're doing the same thing on him.
Who plays him?
I don't know. I don't fully recognize him, but he looks like a good actor.
He's gonna fuck it up.
He's never gonna recover. He's wow.
Just like the guy who played fucking Dahmer, dude.
My God,
that's all you see now.
Oh my God, I know. This guy is gonna be Ed Gein for the rest of his life.
Like Urkel's always Urkel.
Yeah, poor guy. Have you seen the trailer for Welcome to Derry? The It show?
No.
It's coming out on HBO Max like the 26th. It looks pretty good. I'm very hopeful. They're getting Skarsgård to play it again. He's going to play Pennywise.
Oh, is he?
It goes back to like the 60s.
Nice.
but it's not the original storyline. It's like this whole other storyline. So I'm kind of
hello. That's cool, dude.
So I'm excited for it.
No,
I love the first movie. Wasn't a huge fan of the second movie, so I'm really.
No, I didn't like the second movie that much.
We've talked about
that CGI
to
shit.
death, but CGI, too much CGI. Don't do the CGI.
Yeah, no, but no, like I don't know, like you were saying, a lot of those shows when you see new things, you're just like, what?
Oh, it's so great.
Anyway, we've kind of gone over.
Yeah, we took your time, guys, and if you're still with us, you're in the amazing crew.
We're really at 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we did a pretty good job.
I know our wives. I know my wife's not gonna admit. She was already not cool with me earlier.
Oh, well, maybe we'll have to do the editing and stuff later. You're not at all now.
No, I was good. I was good then.
Yeah,
I just fell asleep.
When
I got home,
just tired. You're out golfing, man. That's what happened.
I was golfing, and obviously I had a couple of beers, but like, now that shit makes you sleepy.
Yeah. So
she was gonna go.
All right.
Anyway,
all right, guys.
Have
See
a
you
good
next
day.
time.
I do gotta pee.
Go.